At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
It's What's Trending with Jimenita Swain and the Bahama Beauty. At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas from Studio A. It all starts right now.
It's time now for your midweek check on what's trending. Happy Wednesday and a welcome to the show. I'm Anthea Ferguson, back with a look at all the entertainment and lifestyle stories you need to keep you in the know. Here's what's coming up today. What happens when Bahamian soul food meets the streets of Toronto? One Bahamian chef is taking our culture global, one plate at a time. Her story, her journey, and her passion, we'll share it all next. Then we're getting crafty for Christmas, and I'll whip up my own little holiday arts and craft right here in studio. Think sparkle, creativity, and a whole lot of, wow, that's really cool. And finally, we're talking about something many of us use every day, but is still so inaccessible to thousands more. Today is World Toilet Day, and the Bahama Beauty is breaking down the importance of ensuring more people get access to them. That and a whole lot more you'll want to stick around for, coming right up after the break.
At the World Travel Market 2025 in London, Director General Latia Duncombe shared how the Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation is representing the islands of the Bahamas on the global stage.
World Travel Market is one of the largest shows in the world. It's a time when destinations come together with the trade, travel trade, airline partners. We strengthen relationships, we discuss strategies, we look at the performance. Essentially, it's what it takes to grow the tourism product. Networking, relationship building, discussing new route opportunities, deepening partnerships. This is where it all happens. And our stakeholders and our partners are from all over the world. Here at World Travel Market 2025, we're joined by our promotion board partners, the Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board, the Bahamas Out Island Promotion Board, a number of our hotels partners. They're all here, and Team Tourism from all over the world were represented, certainly in full force. Tourism certainly is everyone's business, and we have a saying as well, ever present, top of mind. 180 destinations are here at World Travel Market. And if you're not a part of the conversation, and if you're not in the room, then you're going to be left behind. Tourism is what we've done successfully as a destination, and it accounts for north of 60% of our GDP. So being here, being present in the room, in the discussions, allows us to continue to advance the business of tourism. Strategies that were discussed a year or 2 years ago are being rolled out. New routes that were discussed a year or 2 years ago, we're seeing the fruit of it now. And this is what we do, deepening relationships, deepening partnerships, discussing performance, making sure that the Bahamas continues to benefit from global tourism.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
Welcome back. This is Bahamian Footprints, where we highlight Bahamians making waves at home and around the world. Today, we're taking our taste buds on a journey all the way to Toronto, Canada, where one Bahamian-owned restaurant is serving up island's flavor with pride.
Bahamian Footprints, presented by Coca-Cola.
Old Nassau Restaurant has become a home away from home for Bahamians in the 6th and a delicious introduction to our culture for Canadians. From classic dishes to community initiatives, their story is one of passion, perseverance, and carrying our culture wherever we go. Joining us now is the owner of Old Nassau Restaurant, Kaylandra Etchcombe. Welcome to What's Trending, Kaylandra.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much for being here. So you are whipping up the dishes in the 6th, the peas and rice, the conch, the macaroni. Talk to us about Old Nassau and why you birthed this experience.
So Old Nassau was something that I basically just started from my home back in 2013 when I first came to Canada. There was actually no representation of Bahamian food here in the city. So I started off by just catering for family and friends, and then later selling plates to the public. And then it became a thing. It became something that everybody wanted to support, whether they were Bahamians or friends of the Bahamas. Never been to the Bahamas, never heard of the Bahamas. It just blew up from basically people supporting and people wanting to support the movement or the culture.
And we know Toronto is a big city, huge melting pot of so many cultures and backgrounds. How did they react the first time they tried this real, true Bahamian food?
Well, most of them were very interested in conch. Like they couldn't fathom what conch was. So conch was like one of the main things that got everybody or a lot of people wanting to try Bahamian food. They're like, I can't believe the conch. You guys actually eat the conch? So yeah, the conch was the seller.
So is that the #1 dish that they can't get enough of?
Yes, conch is actually our #1 seller here. The conch salad, conch fritters, crab conch, they absolutely love conch. Even though, like, you know, it's for us, it's something that we can get anytime.
Right.
And it's basically like one of our native dishes. For them here in Toronto, they're just interested in trying it, and it's a new food for a lot of people.
Right, right. What about Bahamians who are there? What are they craving most? Is it the peas and rice? Is it the conch? Is it the fish? Like,
Everything. They love the snapper. They love the snapper. They love the peas and rice. They love the conch fritters, the conch salad, all of that. But it's just the fact that it's like Bahamian flavors and it's that Bahamian touch that you can't get anywhere else. Like you can go to other Caribbean restaurants and maybe get a belly full, but it won't be the same.
Nothing like homegrown food, right?
Nothing like Bahamian
I
food
know.
for Bahamians especially.
And so recently we hear that you had popular foodie and influencer Keith Lee stop by. What was that experience like?
Yeah, that experience actually really took us to another level, like a whole another international level. Gave us more notoriety. We were recognized by a lot of news outlets here in Canada and in the US. It made people that would have never found us, never even knew about us, or had no way of even hearing about us. It made them find us. People travel from the States, they come here, or people are having transits, just stopping into Toronto. They're like, I gotta go see this restaurant that Keith Lee reviewed. So yeah, put us on another level for sure.
So we're seeing some of the dishes now that he tried dropping the fish, holding it the wrong way, Keith Lee. What did he try? What did he order? What did he eat?
So Keith Lee got the snapper dinner because when they came in, we didn't know it was Keith Lee. He sent his sister in. So they just ordered stuff that was in shellfish.
Okay.
So the staff that took care of their order recommended the snapper dinner, the cracked chicken snack, and the banana pancakes, and I think he had a pork chop, steamed pork chops.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said that his visit there kind of really took your business to the next level, because we know a review from him could either make or break a business. But for you, it did well for you.
Yes, it definitely did well. And I was so proud because it wasn't like we prepared the food specifically because we knew a food critic was coming.
Right.
We was just doing our everyday thing.
Okay, all right. So you're so far from home. Like, how do you keep that authentic Bahamian flavor? How do you source your ingredients? Like, you don't got to give us all the nitty gritty, but how do you just keep it authentically Bahamian?
I think it's in me. It's in me. My staff is like 95% Bahamian. We all know what we're doing when it comes to food. We know how to use whatever ingredients we have and make it our own. And on top of that, we do get a fresh supply of seafood every week or sometimes 2 weeks from the Bahamas.
So do you have any challenges like running a Bahamian restaurant in a completely different country? What are some of those challenges?
Logistics is our biggest challenge when it comes to like actually getting our supplies in. There we experience delays sometimes, so that can be a big thing. And cost is also a huge thing because you're exporting goods. That comes with a lot of cost. But other than that, like we just make the best out of what we have, what we can find here. We do have other suppliers here in Canada that do supply us with seafood from the Bahamas as well.
Okay, and that warm peas and dumpling soup I just saw looks perfect for that Canadian weather, I'm sure. So what's next for Old Nassau? What do you have, more locations, a food truck, a cookbook? What do you see next in your future?
We have a lot of stuff planned. Our sauces and our drinks, like our house-made drinks, they're very popular. So we're working on branding those that they become available in more stores in Canada and probably worldwide. And we're also, of course, working on more locations.
All right, and last for you, do you have any advice or you want to give to other Bahamians who may want to take their talents outside of the country and just really spread the love of the Bahamas around the world?
So my advice would be something that my granddad always told me, like whatever your hands find to do it with all your might, do it with all your passion, give it everything you have. And that's something that I did when it came to running my business. Even though to some it started off as, oh, she's selling food from home, or almost frowned upon. But if you're passionate about something, don't let anybody deter you. Show up every single day. Like, you have to be consistent. You can't, like, for example, if you're cooking from home, you can't cook this week and then next week be like, I feel like, no. You have to show up every day. No matter what you find to do, show up every day, be committed, and you're going to see success for sure. Like, it has no other choice but to, happen.
Awesome. Milkalandra, I know my first stop the next time I'm in Toronto is at Old Nassau Restaurant because I'm going to need that soup.
Yes, please.
Well, thank you so much.
Visit us.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us and for sharing your journey. We're proud of you and we're cheering you on. And the next time, like I said, we're in Toronto, we're definitely stopping by Old Nassau.
Yes, thank you. I hope to see you guys soon.
Yes. Coming up next, I got Christmas crafty with Paper Cut Bahamas.
Our company offers a simple philosophy, open hands. What do open hands mean? If you keep your hands closed, nothing comes in, nothing goes out. If you keep your hands open, a lot of things comes in, a lot of things goes out. We cannot expect to be a successful company without blessing our community and blessing our country.
My good friend and valued client, Dominic Stirrup, approached me following a meeting we had and told me of the idea that he had of feeding 10,000 Bahamians on Thanksgiving.
There was a lot of details to put together, had to figure out how to get it done, but at the end, it was worth it. At the end, it gave me a heart of gratitude to know that our company is reaching out to so many persons.
We invite you on a journey to witness an extraordinary chapter in the story of the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, a tale of compassion, unity, and the true spirit of Thanksgiving. Diet-friendly special.
If you couldn't tell, Christmas is in full swing, and if you've ever wanted to make your decorations look like a Pinterest board, but without all the stress, today is your day. Joining us is the incredibly talented Carrie Josie from Paper Cut Designs, the woman who can turn a sheet of cardstock into something that looks store-bought. She's here to talk us through a fun holiday craft live in studio, and trust me, this is the part where all of us suddenly believe we're DIY professionals. Welcome to the show, Carrie.
Thank you for having me.
So let's talk a little bit about the Christmas magic and what you do inside your store. See, you have some Christmas stuff here.
Yes.
It's time for the holidays. We want to get our table toppers, our ornaments. We want to hand make them ourselves.
Yes, we are.
What are you giving us this holiday season?
Well, this Saturday, we're hosting our second Cricut workshop. It will be our holiday theme. Theme is Santa's Workshop.
Okay.
And we will be making 4 crafts. One, which is you'll be making the glitter ornament, and you see I kind of personalized it, as well as the ornament holder. And this is a card, a Christmas card, as well as a gift card.
Oh, nice.
Yes, detailed.
So when you're gifting your gift cards and photos this year, it ain't gotta be dry.
No,
in a little
not at
board
all.
envelope. You can actually, pretty them up.
Exactly.
And personalize them.
Yes, and it also can be personalized to add a hook if you want to add it to the Christmas tree.
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
so a lot of details can be added. We're also, I know you've seen those popular Santa sacks.
Yes.
So we're going to make our own this Saturday.
Nice. Okay.
And you can put your own personal name. And last, but certainly not least, our bakery box.
Ooh, for all the sweet treats.
For all the sweet treats.
I love this.
Yes. That features opening windows and doors.
So for people who've never touched a Cricut machine before, tell us exactly what that machine does and why it's so important to your expertise.
Sure. The Cricut machine can do anything you basically put your mind to. With Paper Cut Bahamas, focus mainly on paper and some vinyl products, but I like to give products that can be gifted.
Yes.
Yes. So with the Cricut machine, my family tends to describe it as a puzzle.
Okay.
So I cut all the little pieces.
And then they put them together.
Put them all together to make these beautiful creations you see here.
And we're making something in studio today.
Yes, we are.
What am I going to be making?
You're going to be making, though it's simple, it'll look beautiful at the end. You're going to make a chocolate box. It's a Christmas chocolate box.
Okay, so where do I start?
All right, so thankfully, I'm using my Cricut at home. I've printed and pre-assembled some of the items for you.
Okay.
Okay, because that would take some time. So this is your base.
Okay.
So the Cricut would have cut it out and put your score line so it's easy to fold.
Okay.
So I want you to fold. And we're going to put a very thin line of glue here.
My hand's a little heavy, so you got to tell me,
A little goes a long way when it comes to paper.
Okay.
So right on this line here, a very thin line of glue.
You're scaring me when you say very thin, because I'm like, see? It ain't coming out.
Let's see. Let's see.
All right.
You got it?
I don't.
Let me
see. I tell you, my hand heavy. I'm ready to.
Let me.
Please. This is why we need Carrie in our lives, guys.
And don't worry. This is the same kind of hands-on experience they'll experience at the workshop.
Got you.
So you see all the. Yeah, just a little.
Spread it. Okay.
You can get perfect all the way down to the bottom.
All right.
And we have our tools here to assist. Perfect. Then we're just going to fold that. So this here needs to line up right to that line.
Okay. Let's see. Right there?
Right to this first one. Yeah, because we need that crease to make our box.
Oh, got you.
So this first line.
Right are most of your students as inexperienced as I am?
It's not that hard once you do it once, because at one point I started off inexperienced too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
All right, so we got our box going, you guys. We're gonna put this here, glue this down.
Yes. See, we're coming together.
All right, we're almost there, guys. We're almost there, we're almost there. So what's been the favorite of these items here for you to make?
Candy holders.
The candy holders. All right, where do I put this? Right here, or?
It's up to you. It's your craft.
All right, all right. And so who exactly is this workshop for? Like what age ranges or anybody can come?
Well, as long as they can follow instructions. That's always been my guide.
So what's one cricket myth that people have? Because I've heard the name before. I was just going to say,
it's not
my sister-in-law loves her cricket. She talks about it all day, every day, as if it's a child or a pet. And I'm like...
Listen, I have to baby minds because I need you. Yes.
Okay, and I think we're done. Look at this. So I'm going to fold now my flaps in.
Yes, soup. There you go, you got it.
Fold my flaps in, and then
add your chocolate.
Chocolate right in here, and the perfect little gift for a coworker or family or friend. Thank you so much, Carrie.
No problem.
So you will be having your cricket workshop on the end of this week.
Yes, on Saturday.
22nd.
Yes, correct.
Time, location.
It's at 10 to 3 p.m. It will be at the Learning Resources Center. That's Tedder Street South.
Okay.
So, yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in and showing us how easy and beautiful cricket crafting can be.
Yes.
Up next, we observe International Men's Day. Stay tuned. That's next.
If you would like to be a part of What's Trending, DM us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS.
Your home is your sanctuary. The last thing you need to worry about is rodents. Once they enter your property, they can be tough to get out. If you're concerned about rodents, call Rent-A-Kill Initial. We offer the latest, most effective treatment for safe, fast, and long-lasting results. From prevention to elimination, our integrated approach guarantees protection. For rodent control you can trust, there's only one name in the Bahamas: Rent-A-Kill Initial.
Like, what are you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but
I need the $10 special plate.
How many of them would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
Diet-friendly special.
It's International Men's Day, and we want to pause to recognize the fathers, husbands, the papas, the granddads, stepfathers, uncles, and cousins in our lives. The ones who open doors for us, take the groceries out the car, get rid of the bugs, and teach us how to drive. Yes, I'll finally admit it. But most importantly, to the men who protect us, provide for us, who are the head of our households and our lives, we salute you. International Men's Day, as we know it, was founded by Dr. Jerome Tilak Singh, a history lecturer at the University of the West Indies in Trinidad and Tobago, on November 19th, 1999. With concerns about masculinity and crisis growing in different parts of the world, many believe that a day focused on men's problems and achievements should get more attention. The day celebrates the positive value men bring to their world, their families, and communities, highlighting positive role models and raise awareness of men's well-being. The 6 primary components of International Men's Day include focusing on health, improving gender relations, encouraging gender equality, highlighting male role models, celebrating achievements and contributions, and promoting basic humanitarian values. So to all the men, especially my husband, my father, and my brothers, happy International Men's Day.
What's trending in business? Who's making major money moves, and how's it shaping your future? This is Economics, your front row seat to the biggest stories in business, innovation, and finance. Powered by the Sand Dollar, the digital currency of the Central Bank of the Bahamas. It's fast, secure, Bahamian. We're breaking down the numbers, the news, and what it means to you. Tune in every Thursday at 6 p.m. for the trends, the insights, and the stories that matter. Get informed, get inspired, get in the mix with Economics.
Well, today is World Toilet Day, and yes, it's a real thing. While it may sound lighthearted, it highlights a very real global issue. The Bahama Beauty takes a closer look at why access to safe sanitation matters more than most of us realize and how it impacts communities worldwide. Let's take a look.
Today, we're diving into a celebration that might make you smile, maybe even raise an eyebrow, but it's a big deal. It's World Toilet Day. Yep, that's right. We're talking toilets, loo rooms, restrooms, the throne, whatever you call it in your house. Why? Because even something as everyday as a toilet has a huge part to play in dignity, health, the planet, and yes, even style. Today, we join the world in putting a global spotlight on this essential part of our lives. November 19th is a day to get us thinking about sanitization, access to safe toilets, and what happens when we don't have those. This year, the theme is sanitization in a changing world. The message, we'll always need the toilet no matter what the future brings. And in this changing world, climate shifts, fast-growing cities, migration, and unequal access, toilets are more than ceramic fixtures. They're about hygiene, empowerment, environment, and dignity. Globally, more than 3.4 billion people still live without safely managed sanitization services, and roughly 419 million people still practice open defecation. What does that mean? Without safe toilets, human waste isn't properly contained and treated. It ends up polluting water, spreading diseases, wreaking havoc on our health and healthcare system, which drastically affects children and vulnerable communities. And for women and girls, it means increased risk, less access, less safety, dignity, and opportunity are on the line. But what does this mean in our backyard, right here in the Bahamas? Even though we're in a beautiful island life mode all the time, the same principles applies. Having safe, accessible, well-maintained sanitization is part of living well. It's about celebrating those everyday comforts and being aware of those places in our world where they aren't guaranteed. Because if we want health, natural beauty, and thriving communities, sanitization counts. And on a fun note, yes, it also gives you an excuse to think about the loo decor, the invite-only Best Powder Room of the Year category, or that splashy island resort bathroom dream with lime wash walls and rainfall showers we all scroll through. But here's what we can do to actually make an impact. Give a nod to the humble toilet. Share a cheeky post, a fun story clip on your feed with the hashtag World Toilet Day, or think, what kind of sanitization access do you take for granted? How can we support access for others? And if you're feeling playful, challenge your followers to show off their best bathroom nook at home. Clean, stylish, or cheeky, and use it as a way to start conversations about access and dignity. Because when we care, we share. And when we share, change starts. So there you have it. A day to flush away the taboo, celebrate something many of us take for granted, and remind ourselves that toilets aren't just functional, they're foundational. From the Bahamas to the world, happy World Toilet Day. May yours always be safe and clean.
Hi, I'm Brent Burrows, Vice President of Retail and Sales here at CBS Bahamas. When it comes to hardware or home improvement items, we guarantee the lowest prices. That's our price match guarantee. If you find anything we sell for a lower price anywhere in the Bahamas, let us know about it. We will beat that price. We want your business. Shop at CBS Bahamas or cbsbahamas.com.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
Bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong.
On Thursday's show, our friends from Vitamalt will be in the building spilling all the details on their exciting new promotion. And that's a wrap on What's Trending. We're on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS. Be sure to like, follow, and share to stay in the loop. I'm Ayanthia. See you tomorrow.
At Harold Point, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. First-time voters in Grand Bahama shared mixed views ahead of the general election. Plus, statistical officials stress why taking part in the national process matters. And an Abaco pastor condemns residents caught stealing from a barge that ran aground.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
People always talk about wanting to see change in the Bahamas, yet they never vote.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis, and as always, it's a joy to have you with us. Well, tensions are running high in the capital after advance poll voting and with the by-election just days away. As the country edges closer to a general election, a new voice is emerging on Grand Bahama. First-time voters. Some say they're ready to vote for change. Others admit they're still uninformed. And a growing number say they won't vote at all, believing their voice won't matter. These mixed views are now driving a wider debate about youth participation. Our Shelia Roll has tonight's top story.
As the political temperature rises ahead of the next general election, Grand Bahama's young voters are making their voices heard, and their opinions are notably divided. For many, it will be their first time casting a ballot, but not all are convinced their vote will make a difference. Speaking to a cross-section of first-time voters across the island, some say that they are ready and willing to participate in the democratic process, hopefully that their vote could help drive the change they want to see in the country.
People always talk about wanting to see change in the Bahamas, yet they never vote. So in order for you to see change, you have to vote the right people into into the house.
Because at the end of the day, voting is a way to show that you're a part of the community and a part of your country. So I would honestly say that putting in my vote would just help me better my country in the future.
However, some say that they are not adequately informed about the political parties or their policies, saying there hasn't been enough effort to educate or engage young Bahamians in the political process.
I feel as though I didn't do much research on all of that, and I rather leave it to the professionals.
Displaying the elections and when it's gonna happen. I have no idea about election and voting.
Well, I don't really think anything changes drastically.
In In the meantime, our ZNS News team reached out to the Grand Bahama Torchbearers and the Progressive Young Liberals, both groups sharing how they plan to connect with and mobilize young voters using social engagement, community outreach, and issued-focused conversation to spark interest and encourage participation at the polls.
First things first is we have to meet the youth where they are, and that's what we've been doing. We're on social media platforms highlighting the work that this government is continuing to do.
We outreach on social media. We also go to places like, for example, to sporting events as well as social gatherings.
As the country moves closer to the next general election, young voters are becoming a key part of the national conversation. Many are hopeful, some are hesitant, but all are navigating their own role in the democratic process. Whether they choose to vote or not, their voices are now a part of the story. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Roll.
Thank you for that, Shalia. Meantime, in other news, officials from the Bahamas National Statistical Institute are calling on residents to help strengthen the nation's future simply by opening their doors. Our Sherelle Dames has more details in this report.
From unemployment figures to poverty levels, the data collected inside your home plays a major role in how national policy is shaped. Managing Director for the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, Jamiko Delaveau, says their teams are constantly in the field and the work they do depends on the public's trust.
Enumerators are going door to door, being able to collect vital information that we are then able to use to calculate unemployment rates. We're also able to use that to help calculate poverty rates within the country. And we can use data to really tell a story about what's going on in the Bahamas. Information that we're getting is really vital in helping us to address some of the critical issues that we face in the country.
The director says the way data is gathered today will influence the way agencies plan, budget, and respond to community needs. And with new technology coming, Delaveau says the process of sharing information is about to become even more convenient.
Our primary mode of data collection right now is surveys, and we are introducing, hopefully in the next couple of months, telephone surveys. In the future, we do plan on wanting to really have computers, using individuals being able to go on the computers to complete the survey. So probably that'll come out for the 2030 census coming up in the next 5 years.
And for those worried about the security of their information, officials say it remains confidential, noting that honest responses help shape everything from wage adjustments to long-term development plans for the country.
Once we come to your home and we get that information, you come into our office as a number. And so I wouldn't know what that number means. It's codes. All of these surveys mean a lot in order for our country to continue to develop. Even when it comes to saying that the income range or getting not promotions, but getting raises. We get raises according to what we find out there. So if we go into your home and we ask you information, if you give us, I always say this, give me the truth so I can present the truth, then the government can act on the truth.
BNSI reminds residents that every survey counts, adding that it is a direct way citizens can create a better future for the next generation. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Sherelle Dames.
A pastor in Abaco is condemning the action of residents caught looting a grounded barge, saying the incident casts a negative image on the community. Authorities say the barge, the Brooklyn Bridge, broke away from its tug and ran aground off Abaco last week. Soon after, dozens of people were seen on camera removing cargo from the vessel, despite the fact that it had not been cleared for salvage. Well, tonight, the community leader is speaking out. The details in this report. Police have launched a targeted crackdown after dozens of residents were caught on camera looting goods from a grounded barge off Abaco last week. Authorities say the cargo was not cleared for salvage, despite the barge breaking away from its towing vessel and drifting aground on a reef. Tonight, Pastor Edward Tinker is sharply condemning the incident, calling it a troubling breakdown in order and accountability.
When I saw that, Mom, I said that, it was not right. Because the barge was not abandoned or it was not salvaged. But these are the times we live in. People are just not responsible.
Pastor Tinker says while he often speaks to his congregation about doing what's right, moments like this show the message still isn't always reaching those who need it most.
We speak all the time. and people don't listen. But you don't want to beat a dead horse. You understand? They know they're wrong, and they should not have done that, because there is channels and procedures and things that you go through. And then after that, you get a chance to salvage and do all of that. But our people, some of us are just lawless.
According to international reports, the barge Brooklyn Bridge broke away from its towing vessel due to severe winds while en route from Florida to Puerto Rico. While Pastor Tinker acknowledges that economic hardship may be contributing to desperate decisions, he says it still can't justify wrongdoing. From a spiritual perspective, he believes the incident reflects a deeper challenge facing the community.
I move around in our society and in our country, and gone are the days when people have a good moral conscience. It isn't mine, so I'm not going there.
Since the incident, the Royal Bahamas Police Force has formed a special task force to track down those who looted the container barge. Several individuals are already facing charges. As investigations continue, Pastor Tinker is urging anyone hesitant to return stolen items for fear of prosecution to seek guidance from the church.
Don't be afraid. Go to your pastor. Let him know, Pastor, I've done wrong. I end up with some of the goods, you know. You maybe not even have to tell him how you obtain it or how you come by it. Let's go to your pastor, go to your community leader, or go to somebody you trust and turn it over to them. Then they can take it to the police, and that will put you in the clear. Okay? Because if a member brings something to me or tell me, I will take it to the police station, but I shall not tell them from whence I get it.
In news from the crime beat, the search for 24-year-old Kevin Smith Jr. is over. Police confirmed that Smith Jr., who was wanted in connection with a grievous harm investigation on Grand Bahama, turned himself in. Authorities are continuing their investigation and remind the public to report any information related to the case to CID at 350-3106, 911, or Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS. Police on Grand Bahama are actively investigating an armed robbery that took place on Tuesday, November 18th, 2025 in a church parking lot in the Pinedale area of 8 Mile Rock. According to preliminary reports, shortly after 3 a.m., two males were sleeping in a gray Honda Fit when they were approached by an armed male suspect who demanded cash. The suspect assaulted one of the victims, causing head injuries, and robbed the other of cash before fleeing the scene. The injured victim was examined and treated for his injuries by medical personnel. Later that day, sometime around 10:30 a.m., officers from the Central Investigation Department, acting on information, searched a bushy area of I-95 in Pinedale, 8 Mile Rock. During the operation, police discovered a bag containing 21.4 pounds of suspected marijuana with an estimated street value of $21,400. Additionally, a search of a blue shed adjacent to an abandoned yellow house yielded a firearm, along with ammunition and a further quantity of suspected marijuana. As a result of the investigation, 4 males aged between 24 and 28 were taken into custody. 2 of the suspects were arrested in connection with the marijuana possession, while the other 2 are suspects in the armed robbery. The investigation remains ongoing.
And still to come.
In our Defying the Odds series, we detail a powerful journey from street life to purpose, one man's story of hope and transformation. We'll have that story, sports, and more when we return.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
St. John's Native Baptist Church presents Igniting the Flames. One night only, Friday, November 21st at 7 p.m. The theme, the journey, the destination.
You getting ready to go up. You getting ready to go up. I don't know I came to talk to, but you can't go down no further.
featuring revivalist Bishop Samuel Cornish with special music by Minister Ricardo Major. Igniting the Flames, Friday, November 21st, St. John's Native Baptist Church, Coral Road.
Hey folks, get ready for unbelievable savings. Connaught Bahamas is having an early Black Friday sale, November 17th through 29th. It's a 40% off early Black Friday sale. Top quality products, cabinetry, granite, tiles, windows, vinyl flooring, and so much more. Connaught Bahamas is 40% off early Black Friday sale, November 17th through 29th. Nassau, Freeport, Abaco, and Eleuthera. Sale opening hours, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Don't miss out.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Save more drugs, from cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, vitamins you need, and prescriptions you gain. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. In tonight's Defying the Odds, we dive into an unforgettable journey of transformation and service from a man who was once led by the street life, but now stands as a national symbol of purpose and hope. Sherelle Dames brings us the details.
Dudley Sade's journey began with struggle. At an early age, he was labeled unlikely to succeed, and hardship affected nearly every part of his youth.
Growing up was kind of poor. Power off, water off, going to school, no lunch money.
Through the toughest moments in his life, he found joy in sports. But the pressure of the streets weighed heavy, and for Dudley, temptation hit hard.
The early 80s, I think, with the drug era, everybody wanted to deal drugs. So, and that era, you say, hey man, let me try my hand.
The flashy cars and fast money pushed Dudley deeper into the street life. And even as chaos surrounded him, there was one bright spot: Catherine, the woman he planned to marry. But just 10 days before their wedding, everything changed when 5 masked men broke into his home.
So the guy came on top of me, started to stab, boom. So when I caught up, I think you all won. So I grabbed one of those guys and I started to fight. He said, shoot him, shoot him. And the gun went off and I got shot in my back.
It was a 5-1 battle, and against every odd, Dudley won. Then, in the quiet after the violence, came forgiveness.
When I was in the hospital, all my friends came with guns. Said, Dudley, let's get him. I said, no. If they did 20 years in prison, 30 years in prison, that wouldn't bring me no peace.
But it did bring transformation. In 2008, Dudley's mission began in the Garden Villas community simply by playing a game of basketball. But the young men saw something in him: familiarity, trust, and a safe space to talk. And what began as a game quickly became a calling.
Then the young men, the young boys just say, hey, coach, I have no lunch money. They say, what? hey, coach, I have no uniform. I said, nah, hold on. I said, this look like this taking his life of his own.
And that life would require sacrifice. Dudley made a decision to quit his job as a taxi driver, a choice that shocked many. But Catherine stood by him, and together they built the Reach Out Youth Organization.
To see that a young man who should have been dead, who should have been in prison, and today is making an impact in the country that he loves.
Yes.
I think, to me, I call that no odds.
Today, Dudley Sade stands as a decorated leader, most recently inducted into the 2025 Youth Leaders Hall of Fame. And with more than 10,000 young men impacted in Grand Bahama alone, he says he hopes his work will continue on through his sons. Dudley's life proves that true greatness is found in service. Join us next week as we highlight a story that shows how doing what you love can open doors far beyond the horizon. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Sherelle Dames, and this is Defying the Odds.
And that's a look at stories making news. Jay, happy International Men's Day.
Hey, what an inspirational story by Dudley Sade.
Definitely.
Happy International Men's Day to all the men of the broadcast corporation.
You got the gift I sent?
Don't play. Coming up in sports, Grandmama Games basketball. 3 games on schedule last night. We'll have those highlights and results next.
Well, thank you for that, Jay. Sports is coming your way next, but first a check on your local weather forecast.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Paint Fair's early Black Friday sale means the biggest savings of the year. One day only, Friday, November 21st, get 25% off. Flash Fridays are back. Join the celebration November 28th, December 5th, and December 12th. 3 Fridays of big savings, special deals, and holiday fun. Shop local, save big, and support Grand Bahama. For details, visit events.gbpa.com.
It's Kingdom Royalty at its best as the Christian Tabernacle Church Women's Ministry Nassau presents its 12th annual Daughters of Hadassah Prayer Conference, November 26th to the 28th, 2025 at 7 p.m. nightly. Come hear the powerful global ministry of Reverend Dr. Lucy Natasha from Nairobi, Kenya.
I hear the Lord say, they will not find you where they left you.
That's Daughters of Hadassah Prayer Conference, November 26th to the 28th, 7 p.m. at Christian Tabernacle Church, Robinson Road, Nassau. Come, expecting your miracle.
Strength isn't claimed, it's built. At Heroic Concrete, every block is made with purpose. Crafted to protect, poured to endure. From ready-mix to premium 8-inch blocks, we supply the strength our nation needs. Proudly made in Grand Bahama, built for hurricanes, built for legacy. Creating products to bring value to our lives and strength to our future. Call 820-4376 or email sales@heroicgrouplimited.com.
At Save More Drugs, we got you. We got what you want. We got what you need. We got what you came for. The quality you expect. The prices you need and deserve. Save more at Save More Drugs.
You bought an item, it broke, and now you don't know what to do? Here's your 3-day action plan. Day 1, take a photo or video of the issue right away. That's your proof. Day 2, go back to the business. Explain the issue clearly, show your proof, and give them a fair chance to fix it. Day 3, if nothing changes, it's time to file a complaint with the CPC. You can do it online, through email, or even WhatsApp. Don't wait months. Handle it early. 3 days, 3 steps. That's how you protect yourself and your rights.
Follow CPC for more tips. And if you need help, you can reach us at 242-604-9020 or WhatsApp us at 357-7898 or email complaints@bahamas.gov.bs. The CPC is here to help every venue.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports Talk. In sports, basketball action now swings into things this week at the Grand Bahama Games, with 3 games played last night at St. George's Gym. In the opening men's game, Pine Ridge got the win against a short-handed Central Grand Bahama team, 50-27, led by Trevor Bain and Edrin Martinborough in the scoring column to improve to 2-0 in the standings.
The tournament is a great tournament so far. It's a lot of competition, guys having fun. It's my first time playing in Grand Bahama Games. I played in Bahama Games a couple of years ago. So this is kind of the same thing but different, playing with constituencies instead of the islands. So it's a lot of fun.
Team captain Gabriel Lang is still confident with his team's chances.
We're looking good, man. We're looking good. We got a few experienced guys, so we may come out on top. We're going to give everybody a run for their money, so.
The other men's game had West Grand Bahama getting their first win of the tournament, winning this one 44-38 versus East Grand Bahama.
As the game progressed, we started to gel and everybody started to get comfortable, and we were able to take each game by game.
East Grand Bahama now 0-2 is still looking for their first win of the games.
Me and Leon, a little bit older, so we get tired faster. We relying on our experience to get us through. But we need the young guys. More scoring from them.
Now in ladies' play, Central Grand Bahama defeated Pine Ridge 31-10. Switching gears now in sports, Danica Thompson recently competed at the NPC Worldwide Caribbean Grand Prix Bahamas Pro Qualifier at the Atlantis Resort on Paradise Island. Thompson finished first in the Women's Wellness Open Class B and repeated as champion in the Women's Wellness Open Class C.
Originally in the Bahamas, we do IFBB Elite. NPC is more Americanized, but we have a lot of Bahamians now trying to cross over into the NPC for more recognition purposes. This competition for me, prep was pretty easy, way easier than before, because now I understand my body more and more. Every prep you go through, you understand your body more and more.
And last in sports, the Northern Bahamas High School Volleyball Championships wrapped up in boys and girls play on the weekend. Winning the senior boys title was Agape Christian School out of Abaco, who defeated Forest Height in a highly contested game. MVP honors went to Joshua Bethel. On the ladies' side, Agape again was crowned champions after defeating LIS 21-18 and 21-17. Beltricia Brown was named most valuable player of the game. And that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
Grand Bahama's strongest, fastest, and best. Come celebrate our very best. Tickets are available now, but this program is brought to you by the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture and the City of Freeport Council. Join us as we honor our sporting legends.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm self-insuring my investments, starting with this tarp.
We all remember the blue tarps after the storm. Let's make sure that we are covered with more than a tarp. Don't allow your investment to be at risk. Protect your investment with one of our insurance policies.
Nobody
does it better.
Save more drugs. We got you. From cosmetics to prosthetics, what you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, the prices you need and deserve. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that's going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Raven Davis.
And I'm Jay Fleet. By the way, Warren just said I got the gift. I got the gift. Happy International Men's Day.
Congratulations.
Jay Fleet.
Well, that's a live look at the Bahamas tonight. They're coming your way next.
Clint Watson has been the trusted voice of journalism for over 2 decades. He is your first choice for hard-hitting discussions, your best choice for current affairs issues and investigative journalism. It's time to start the journey of relentless journalism. It's time to start the journey of facts over fiction. It's time for the Rundown with Clint Watson here on ZNS, where only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
The Royal Bahamas Police Force is one of the most unique professions because it allows you to work in almost every field.
For the police, I fly the unmanned aerial vehicles.
Because I always had an interest in forensic science.
The most interesting area that I would have been exposed to would have been the fire prevention section. It's so much you can pursue.
I get to serve my community and my people every day. Log on to our webpage. There's information about the recruitment process and all of our various departments.
I'll be coming for y'all again.
Are you ready for the hardest sports show on the market? It's called The Timeout. Sundays on the ZNS television network. In our first show, 4 decades of sports in the country.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, find out what's behind the call for a returning officer to be removed and what a key cabinet minister makes of the request. Also, more than 20 Defense Force officers are off to Jamaica. We'll tell you why. And a long time coming, but the Bahamas Girl Guides' $1.5 million new headquarters is finally complete. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. The government on the defensive tonight following calls for an election officer to be removed following the confusion that emerged after Monday's advanced poll. Our Leah Cooper starts us off tonight with the details.
Following the chaos at Monday's advanced poll, National Security Minister the Honorable Wayne Munro's coming to the defense of Golden Isles returning officer Neil Campbell.
We don't question the political allegiance of persons. That's not our business. Public servants are free to hold political views, but not to demonstrate them. And everyone is free to vote for whoever they wish.
You see, on Monday evening, concerns surfaced about the transfer of ballot boxes following advanced polling. Members of the Free National Movement and the Coalition of Independence went as far as to block the entrance of Remnant Tabernacle of Praise Church to stop an initial effort to move the ballot box to a bus without any candidate representatives on board. This eventually led F&M Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands to call for Campbell to be removed as returning officer.
Somebody who was served in the capacity as a general for the Prime Minister ought not be the returning officer. Democracy need not only be done, transparency, fairness, but it needs to be seen to be done. And if there are questions being raised about the integrity of the process, then let's do whatever we can to protect it.
However, Minister Munro stresses that the code of conduct regarding public servants is clear.
If they have something that they can produce to show that he has transgressed any of the rules, they ought to produce it. But this behavior that they have about trafficking in gossip and rumors is a low form of adequacy, is a low form of dealing. It does not respect people's names and reputations.
During Tuesday's press briefing, Campbell explained that he, like everyone, has friends, some of them in political circles. The opposition leader, Michael Pintard, he said, is a cousin. His mother considers F&M candidate Brian Brown an adopted son, and he refers to Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis as an adopted father. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Leah Cooper.
Well, meantime, all three parties in the upcoming by-election will stage finale rallies in the Golden Isles constituency ahead of the November 24th poll day. Taking the stage for the governing Progressive Liberal Party at its Golden Isles headquarters on Thursday will be the Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister, a number of cabinet ministers, along with the party's pick for Golden Isles, Darren Pickstock. The Free National Movement's rally in the Alley is scheduled for Friday, November 21st on Dignity Gardens Park. Their speakers also include the opposition's leader, Deputy Chairman, its Golden Isles standard bearer, Brian Brown, and others. Rounding things up, the Coalition of Independence Blackout Rally is set for Saturday, November 22nd. Well, 24 Defense Force Marines Jamaica-bound to assist in relief efforts there following Hurricane Melissa's trail of destruction. Amatea Stewart tells us more.
The Jamaica Defense Force was among the first to assist the Bahamas after Hurricane Dorian. With at least 67 lives lost, Jamaica's recovery will be difficult, but the Royal Bahamas Defense Force has stepped forward in solidarity.
The Royal Bahamas Defense Force has always led the way in disaster recovery in this country. We've dispatched them before this very same vessel to Dominica to take supplies, and we're using her yet again. It's gratifying to know that we are assisting persons who have assisted us in the past.
Continuing these efforts, the Bahamas Disaster and Risk Management Authority has joined with the government to distribute vital supplies.
So the relief supplies on behalf of the government of the Bahamas, the DRM Authority is coordinating along with our partners at the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. So we have a number of supplies from a number of different government agencies, including the Ministry of Health, who provided a number of medical equipment like medical gowns, masks, gloves, etc. From the authorities' standpoint, we've provided cots, sleeping bags, tents, and those type of relief items. And then I believe we have some additional relief supplies like food items, canned goods that are going with the ship.
Venturing out to sea, I asked Captain Sonia Miller about the logistics of the crew and vessel for their voyage.
Well, HMBS Lawrence Major is a 56-meter landing craft, and it's designed for humanitarian assistance. The preparation is very tedious. We have to ensure that we have everything packaged and ready to be shipped. You know, it'll be very difficult for us to operate in a disaster zone if we don't have certain components. So you have to go into a disaster zone as if nothing is actually available to you. And so you have to be strategic in your approach to how you prepare yourselves for your mission when you go into any disaster zone.
During the devastating Hurricane Dorian, Jamaica's Defense Force wasted no time aiding the Bahamas. Now it's our time to return the favor. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Matea Stewart.
Well, thanks, Matea. Coming up after the fire, a plan to rebuild. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. That and more in a moment.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
The new KFC Fill-Up Box, serving 6 juicy pieces of chicken, 4 buttery biscuits, crispy fries to share, and 12 premium original recipe KFC nuggets, all packed into one crave-worthy box. So dig in and do whatever the crunch you want with the KFC Fill-Up Box. Only at KFC, it's finger-licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. ATC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
As a resident of Golden Isles for the past 22 years, I've lived there, served as the chairman for the constituency for the past 11 years. I know the needs, I know the infrastructure needs, I know the needs that the people in Golden Isles need. I drive through there every day. Some of the needs is the healthcare system, the environment. We're looking at safety in terms of the police presence being in the constituency on a daily basis. And so I'm excited about it. I'm excited to get Golden Isles up and running and making sure that it's be the best constituency in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. My name is Brian Berkeley Brown from the great constituency of Golden Isles. I'm asking that you lend me a vote so I could work for you.
This message has been brought to you by the Free National Movement.
You're looking at a shot there of a tourist parasailing off the northern coast of New Providence. That shot courtesy of drone pilot Kyson Miller. And as always, Kyson, good job there. Bigger and a better. Goldie's owner is promising as much after the thriving Arawak Key establishment went up in flames. Vaughn Albury has the story.
Bigger, better, safer, and stronger. Amen. Never, ever happen.
Goldie's restaurant owner Kirkwood Evans met with 50 of his staffers near the Arawak Key restaurant's charred remains following Sunday's fire. Down but not out. Evans, flanked by his wife and daughters, plans to rebuild with help from employees.
My plans going forward, once they give me the okay, I already draw my plan. I had it in my head, I make a call while I was away. Lady came this morning, she got to make a couple adjustments. I intend to take it to Ministry of Wage. I hope they could do a speedy approval, and I'm ready to start billing and start getting Goldie's staff back together.
Goldie's loss estimated in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, but that's no deterrence.
A lot of times, he breaks you down to build you up stronger, and that's what I believe. I don't want nobody to feel sorry for me. I want y'all to rejoice because God got something bigger and better is coming.
Hallelujah! In terms of the reception that you and support you get from your staff, what does that say to other Bahamians outside of Goldie's?
Well, listen, all of my staff, if you turn around and look, I sure they love me. If they didn't love me, they wouldn't have been here. My thing is, being in business for so long, my whole scenario in life is you treat people the way you want to be treated. And I won't even believe me, I come from the ground up 36 years ago, and by God's grace, I'm going to complete my mission.
The more than 100 employees impacted by the fire faced the grim reality of a jobless Christmas. But employees Cheryl Lunroker and Maggie Miskalin are standing behind their boss.
I think my tears are over now. I'm pulling up my big girl panties and I'm ready to go.
I believe in Mr. Goldie.
You believe in Mr. Goldie?
Yes.
What makes you believe in him?
Because he's our boss, he's keeping his word, and when he says something, he means it.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I am Vaughn Albury.
A good job there, Vaughn. Meantime, Team Tourism making a grand show in New Jersey Tuesday as part of its global sales mission exercises to America's Northeast region. As Corval Pyfram reports, officials are banking on big numbers from the Garden State, flocking the sunny isles of the Bahamas.
A sprawling, majestic palace in the lesser-known New Jersey city of Pompton Plains was the perfect setting. Team Tourism gave the royal treatment to its nearly 100 guests, largely travel agents and media, to the Legacy Castle for a Bahamian trade show and expo. Felia Shivers is with the Ministry of Tourism's New York office and talks about what makes this such a significant market.
We have so many airlifts out of this area. For instance, we have Delta, we have JetBlue, we have United coming right out of Newark International Airport right here in New Jersey. So it's a lot of movement to get everyone over to the islands of the Bahamas.
The New York, New Jersey markets are incredibly important ones for the islands of the Bahamas, and the Bahamas' brand remains a dominant one in these areas. But increasingly, there is competition from other regional destinations, many of whom, Shivers says, have increased airlift to their island nations.
And that's what we want to bring to the Northeast to keep them coming back, because like our slogan says, it's not just one island, it's a lifetime of them. So we want to give them that experience that they keep coming back over and over.
Meanwhile, Deputy Director General Valerie Brown Alsey continues to make the point that now is not the time to become complacent. She insists the destination must be focused and intentional.
Because up against everything that is going on in these areas, the Bahamas has to stand strong. And that's what's important about what we're doing here this week, what we're doing here tonight. It's sort of reassuring ourselves that this market still belongs to the Bahamas.
And even as Team Tourism and its partners left attendees in awe after Tuesday night's trade show, a part of global sales mission exercises to the Northeast U.S., Brown Alsey's focus is on increasing airlift and ensuring that hotels are at full occupancy.
When we look at the vacation package to ensure that the hotels are benefiting from that airlift and are filled to capacity as well.
And with Mission to New Jersey complete, it's now back across the bridge Wednesday night for Team Tourism as they try to bring their winning formula to New York City. In New York City for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corvell Piper.
On a more somber note tonight, instead of candles on a cake, candles were held in the air as loved ones of a slain pregnant mother sought to find solace in memories. Our Danielle Dean has the details of Lauren Saunders' vigil last evening.
What was supposed to have been 31st birthday celebrations Tuesday night was instead a candlelight memorial marking a month since the tragic death of mother of two, 7 months pregnant, Lauren Saunders. A crowd of relatives, co-workers, church and community members, and longtime friends of Saunders met on Munnings Road, the very place police discovered her lifeless body 3 days after she was reported missing. Her sister, Charmaine Edgecombe, inconsolable that day. Even now, weeks later, she's reluctantly grasping this new reality.
My sister ain't here no more. You know, words can't express how I feel inside. My expression, my cries, can't even express the way I feel for my sister. But Father God knows.
Despite mixed views about the circumstances surrounding her sister's death, Edgecombe calls for empathy. After all, her sister left behind two dependents.
She left two children behind, an 8-year-old and an 11-year-old. My sister's a gem. No one deserves this tragic accident, death, murder, whatever it is. No one deserves this. No one deserves this. So remember, even persons with their negative comments, negative thoughts, family, please let us grieve in peace. Please.
Reuben Cartwright Jr. has been formally charged with Saunders' killing. He has been remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections until January 22nd, 2025. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
What you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, that included, but
I need the $10 special place.
How many
would you like? 20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it? The Marcos got that deal, boy.
I worked hard every single day, from primary school into secondary school.
My name is Darren Pickstock.
Well, I started to work at Atlantis as a space cleaner. Nobody could beat me. I took pride in my job. After that, I went to the UK to study law. I'm very proud of my work in the Senate, my advocacy for suicide prevention, my record in empowering young people, and also food security. I'm the chairman of the Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation. I believe that it is important for us to feed ourselves, so I see that as a national security issue. The government has done a lot, but the reality is there is a lot more to be done. The cost of living is always increasing, and so to be able to bring down the cost of food will assist people in being able to eat properly. Investing in Bahamians is important, extremely important. It is about opening the door. People just want an opportunity. I am very result-driven, and that is what Golden Isles will see me as.
A digital wave is making its mark across the Bahamas. From Grand Bahama to Anagua, Bahamians are embracing smarter ways to pay. The Pay Fast, Live Digital campaign, launched by the Central Bank of the Bahamas and the Clearing Banks Association, is bringing safe, fast, and convenient payment solutions to every island, from online banking to mobile wallets.
We had an incredible turnout, so it gave us an opportunity to have a conversation that they can also be a part of and appreciate.
Remember, people over 60 and around 60, the fear that you talk about, we understand, and we have persons to be able to assist with that.
I learned that digital banking is going to be one of the biggest ways that us as Bahamian kids will benefit in the future.
It has to start somewhere, and this is a good start.
We're empowering communities, one town hall at a time, for families, for businesses, for you. Let's live digital.
Introducing Valvoline Restore and Protect, a first-of-its-kind innovation that returns pistons to factory clean, removing up to 100% of deposits, restoring your engine to perform like new. All new Restore and Protect, another first by Valvoline, distributed by Battery and Tire Specialists.
I'm Darren Pickstock, PLP candidate for Golden Isles, the only candidate with a real plan to get things done in the community. And I've already started by listening, solving problems, and showing up. That's the kind of representative you deserve. From repairing infrastructure to connecting you to opportunities, we can make real progress over the next year. Give me this chance on November 24th, and I'll prove just how much we can accomplish together.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
Well, good things come to those who wait, they say, and for the Bahamas Girls Guide Association, that's come in the form of its new multi-storied new home. Leah Cooper has the story.
An historic feat on Wednesday as the Bahamas Girls Guide Association opens its $1.5 million headquarters Legacy House, which is said to be a hub for female empowerment. At the opening ceremony, Deputy Chief Commissioner Brown Owl, Jillian Wilson, says the association's aim is to equip their girls with global competencies.
At its core, Legacy House is about expanding opportunity, ensuring as many girls as possible have access to the tools, experiences, and support they need to rise. Inside Legacy House, our programs will be intentional, innovative, and future-focused.
Youth, Sports, and Culture Minister, the Honorable Mario Boleg, expressed pride for this momentous occasion.
Today marks more than an unveiling of a building. It marks a renewed commitment to empowering our girls, strengthening our communities, and advancing the mission of girl guiding across our islands.
And in his keynote address, Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, speaks directly to the girls.
You will grow into strong and confident young women who make our Bahamas proud. Legacy House will be a place where you learn new skills, make new friends, and discover what you love. It will be a place where you feel safe, encouraged, and supported as you grow.
Back in 2017, an agreement with the government was signed to assist with constructing the headquarters, a longtime goal for the association. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Leah Cooper.
All the positive contributions of men and boys in the spotlight on this International Men's Day. Activities marking the occasion highlight positive male role models while raising awareness to the issues impacting men. The global observance coming as the Department of Gender and Family Affairs launches its Reclaiming Our Boys project.
We at the department feel that we need to move away from an events-based approach to a more sustainable program approach. And so this is our first major sustainable program that we believe will be impactful for changing the lives of boys, making them into productive citizens. And so we want to offer a program to our young boys, particularly those who are at risk, so that they have an alternative to gang and to violence. And so today what you see coming in now are students from across the country, across New Providence exactly, and also the Ministry of Education, who has graciously decided and see the value of this program and is partnering with us. So we will be having weekly programs so that boys can report to these programs instead of, being idle. And so we're very pleased here at the department to say that this is our first program, sustainable program.
Well, our Royston Jones is certainly a true representation of all the wonderful males we have here at the Broadcasting Corporation. So
sweet.
On behalf of the wonderful females, we wish you all a happy International Men's Day. That out of the way, though, you and Marlena could fill me in on what's coming up in Access Now.
Thank you so much. On this International Men's Day, we have a Bahamian entrepreneur who's designed an e-commerce app and website, which might just be the solution for you. So we're looking forward to hearing more about that.
Yeah. Well, that and more coming up when the Bahamas Tonight returns.
Diet-friendly special.
The second annual Energy Summit is coming to the British Colonial Nassau on November 20th and 21st. Join the conversation on people, power, and partnerships, and see how the Bahamas is shaping a sustainable energy future. And this year, the spotlight shines on our Youth Energy Zone, where students will share bold ideas, hosted by Vocab Bahamas, with DJ Lil Giant keeping the energy high. Register today at energyandtransportbahamas.com/events.
National Friendship Day, where we encourage everyone to cultivate or rekindle and inspire long-term friendship relationships here in the Bahamas. So, what can you do to celebrate Friendship Day? Give a call or hug to someone. Be kind to everyone you meet. Go out your way to make someone smile. National Friendship Day. Be a friend, make a friend.
As a resident of Golden Isles for the past 22 years, I've lived there, served as the chairman for the constituency for the past 11 years. I know the needs, I know the infrastructure needs, I know the needs that the people in Golden Isles need. I drive through there every day. Some of the needs is the healthcare system, the environment. We're looking at safety in terms of the police presence being in the constituency on a daily basis. And so I'm excited about it. I'm excited to get Golden Isles up and running and making sure that it's be the best constituency in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. My name is Brian Berkeley Brown from the great constituency of Golden Isles. I'm asking that you lend me a vote so I could work for you.
This message has been brought to you by the Free National Movement.
Hey, Mom, can you look after Kaylee?
Sorry, I'll be out for a while doing my home and car insurance.
What? You know there's a newer way, right?
A new way?
Where have you been? Look, go to newerinsurance.com, log in, get your quote, buy your insurance, done. You can even use it to manage your claim.
Oh? By the way, it's not newer. It's NUWER. Hey, where's she been?
Do it anyway with NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers.
Well, it's time now for your first look at the tropics, and it is brought to you by the Disaster Risk Management Authority. And the good news is tropical cyclone development not anticipated over the next 7 days. Makusha.
Well, thanks, Basil. That does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
I am a master plumber by profession. I've been doing plumbing for over 40-odd years. When I was 9 months old, I was diagnosed with polio. To me, living with polio, I took it the way it is. I never allowed my polio to get in my way of anything. In fact, I love when people doubt me, and I just prove them wrong. And let me tell you, in the world, you could only find a plumber as good as me, but you ain't gonna find no plumber better than me. People with disability, they just need a chance. In this program, I feel so encouraged. Most of the mentors have different kind of disability, but disabilities like me. Sharing and caring and showing so much support with people with disability. They would encourage you to go beyond. I wish this was around a long time ago. Right now, I would have been a millionaire. You out there who have a disability, don't be afraid. Take the step. If you believe it, you could achieve it. And remember one thing, ain't no one better than me, and ain't no one better than y'all. God made all us equal.
For more information about how the SBDC can help your small business to make a big impact, give us a call at 461-7232 or visit sbdcbahamas.com.
At the recent Black Point Bone Fishing Tournament, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, showed his enthusiasm for having the event in Exumian waters.
It's been a fantastic tournament. I'm so excited to be here as the Minister of Tourism, but also the MP for Exuma and Exumian. This is a magnificent place to have this tournament for the first time. And this is a roving tournament, but the championship here in Exuma is truly personal for me. I'm excited to see all of the tour guides coming from across the country and anglers from the USA and Turks and Caicos and other islands in the Bahamas, Grand Bahama and Eleuthera, Long Island. This is an exciting opportunity really for us to showcase one of the things we're so very proud of the islands of the Bahamas. This is an amazing industry. We have some of the best flats anywhere in the world. This is $1 billion industry, and we want to ensure that Bahamians recognize the possibility and the economic benefit of getting involved with fly fishing.
Tournament winners, 15-year-old Julius Rankin of Savannah Sound, Eleuthera, and 17-year-old Michael Glinton of McLeanstown, Grand Bahama, gave us a look at the fly fishing experience.
This tournament was absolutely amazing. The Exuma waters are great. The beaches are wonderful. The flats, amazing. This accomplishment felt amazing. I came here to do what I do, and I did it.
I love the experience. This is my first time being in a tournament with my dad. My first time on the hole. It was fun, man. It was fun. And I'm just proud I was able to pull out with something, come out with second place. But next time, I'm going to make sure I get that first place.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
BTC taking the lead in educating businesses about the importance of cybersecurity.
And how male business owners are carving their own space in today's competitive marketplace, thanks to the SBDC.
Plus, Atlanta is praising its rising leaders.
And coming up in sports, it's time for college hoops as 2 college basketball tournaments tip off in the capital next week.
Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
It's a good day to celebrate men across the country, and for great reason. Good evening, everyone. I'm Royston Jones.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
I want to take this opportunity to wish men across the country a very happy International Men's Day. This year's theme, celebrating men and boys, is a fitting tribute to men everywhere.
I too want to say happy International Men's Day to all men who make our society great, and thank you for all of the hard work you do here in the Bahamas and around the world, especially to our magnificent general manager.
I like that. And we can tell you that tonight's newscast is dedicated to our men, so let's dive right into the news. 30 of the Bahamas telecommunications company's valued business customers received an exclusive invitation from the business-to-business team to participate in its Smart Secure Connectivity Business Forum at Margaritaville on Tuesday. The event focused on the future of intelligent networking and integrated security, enabling the business professionals to gain valuable insight into network management and operations, enhance visibility across systems and users, strengthen cybersecurity at every layer of connectivity, and deliver seamless, high-performance experiences across multiple locations. BTC's pre-sales engineering manager Tyrone Knoll says the technology introduced at the forum also enhances resilience within a company's network environment.
Advent of Hurricane Melissa, in that customers need access to services and businesses need to be up. They need to sell. They need services to go out. So with our SD-WAN solution, we're able to give them that flexibility as well as give them that security that they would need to ensure that customers' information is completely secure.
BTC partnered with international cybersecurity company Fortinet to host the event. Fortinet's account manager, Jose Vasquez, noted that cybersecurity is not just a technological issue, it's an important investment for companies given the fast-paced world of cybercrime.
Bad guys, as you know, are leveraging AI big time to be faster and more effective with their attacks, right? So we need to fight AI with AI. Fortinet has been leveraging AI for more than 10 years in our solutions, and we continue to do so to enrich our portfolio. And in this case, we're partnering with BTC because they have the reach, they have the installed base, and they can offer secure, smart, and AI-enabled solutions to their customers.
The Small Business Development Center opened its doors to a gathering unlike any other earlier this week. Its first ever Men in Business trade show was an event designed to celebrate, uplift, and ignite the dreams of men determined to carve their own space in today's competitive marketplace. From handcrafted goods to cutting-edge tech ventures, wellness coaching to construction startups, the room became a mosaic of skills, stories, and second chances. Event coordinator and SBDC's head of marketing and communications, Alexia Johnson, says that the goal was simple: to create a space where men could showcase not just their products, but their passion.
We are always open to receiving feedback from the public on some programs that they would like to see. The Men in Business program is one that we had heard the cries of men throughout the Bahamas saying that is a program that they would be interested in, especially with the success that we've seen for our Women Entrepreneurs Initiative.
As final conversations wound down and business cards exchanged hands, the men touted one thing as unmistakable. They weren't just marketing their work, they were telling the world who they are and who they intend to become.
Trying to put myself in environments where I can network with people who have more knowledge about whether it be government programs, whether it be concessions.
With events like this, it allows you to get access to a network of like-minded individuals that you otherwise may have not have access to. You might make a connection here that could lead to $1 million venture down the line.
Atlanta's Paradise Island Resort officials are once again putting leadership development at the forefront, celebrating the latest cohort of its Rising Leaders program. It's an initiative designed to sharpen talent, strengthen teamwork, and prepare employees for higher levels of responsibility across the resort. And according to Executive Vice President of Operations Russell Miller, this year's group proved exactly why the program remains a cornerstone of Atlanta's commitment to growth.
Yeah, today is graduation for our rising leaders. As a common practice, Atlantis continues to invest in leadership development and growth, and we give our team members the opportunity with this program to do exactly that. So over the course of an 8-week period, these folks were partnering with one another. They separated, got into teams, and contributed to produce options for us in terms of growth and development of the resort. And I must say they did an outstanding job.
Athena Russell, Director of Learning and Organizational Development, says that many team members have already risen into senior roles since the last cohort of the Rising Leaders program, a sign she says reflects its real impact.
Absolutely. I'm so proud to say that we've had major promotions, we've had transfers, we had persons who have done this whole cross-sectional of growth and leadership, not just in their area, but they reskilled and now work in other areas. And so everybody is growing in their own significant way, but we are advancing here as an organization because of this growth. But definitely we're celebrating all of what's happening here at Atlantis.
Fantastic. Still to come, Neil Wims is here to tell us about his new app called Direct Tree. You have to stay tuned for that. And Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us later with tonight's forecast, and it's feeling rather chilly. So stay close.
Delicious stuffed turkey with all the trimmings. Thanksgiving is near, and so are the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarket. Promos cornflakes, 18 ounces, $3.19. Parmalat whole or 2% reduced fat milk, 32 ounces, $3.19. OK flour, 4.4 pounds, $3.99. Whole chicken wings, $1.69 per pound. Fresh limes, 3 for $1. As the season approaches, find your holiday favorites at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
We're BAF Financial.
We're BAF General and Health Insurance.
Welcome to the beautiful Cayman Islands.
Come on in to Cash and Go.
Need technical support? We are BFG Services.
BAF Global. Global reach, local care.
Our company offers a simple philosophy, open hands. What do open hands mean? If you keep your hands closed, nothing comes in, nothing goes out. If you keep your hands open, a lot of things comes in, a lot of things goes out. We cannot expect to be a successful company without blessing our community and blessing our country.
My good friend and valued client, Dominic Stirrup, approached me following a meeting we had and told me of the idea that he had of feeding 10,000 Bahamians on Thanksgiving.
There was a lot of details to put together, had to figure out how to get it done, but at the end, it was worth it. At the end, it gave me a heart of gratitude to know that our company is reaching out to so many persons.
We invite you on a journey to witness an extraordinary chapter in the story of the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, a tale of compassion, unity, and the true spirit of Thanksgiving.
It's time now for your Access weather forecast in the tropics. 11 days remaining in the tropical cyclone season. And the good news is there's no development expected over the next 7 days. Now, as we take you into our live weather radar, well, dry conditions throughout the 700 islands. And that's because high pressure remains in control of our weather. And as a boating forecast tonight through Thursday for all areas, we're going to have an easterly flow, 10 to 15 knots. The wave height is just around 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. Low tide taking place at 1:08 in the morning. You'll have a high tide at 7:31 tomorrow morning. Now, for the central and southeastern parts of the country, those winds are going to be easterly at 12 to 18 knots. Wave heights 3 to 5 feet over the ocean. So small craft caution is in effect for your boaters in the central and southeastern islands on Thursday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
My work is on the water. We diving through no liners. How I survive. Listen, from Foggy to Yellowtail, from Jackfish to Killer Whale, I jump in my...
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. Royston.
Thanks so much, Basil. Did you know there's a new app for the Bahamas to showcase their businesses? It's called Direct Tree, and it's designed to make your life more organized and hassle-free. The app's developer, Neil Wims, is here to tell us about how it works. And I want to say officially, welcome to Access Now.
Thank you for having me here. How are you guys doing today?
Great to have you here as well. Now, according to the website, Direct Tree is an app with a full-blown, immersive, and user-friendly interface, which takes little to no time to get accustomed to. But I want to ask you, what inspired you to launch this app?
what inspired me was during the COVID era, a lot of my family and my friends, they lost their jobs.
Oh, wow.
And instead of just like staying at home and doing nothing, a lot of them tapped into their entrepreneurship skills. And with that, they just shared their flyers on social media like 24/7 saying, hey, could you share this for me? Could you share this for me? And I was like, I mean, I would love to share, but I'm somebody that I don't use social media in the regular. So I always thought to myself, I was like, hey, I really wish you had a platform where they could actually like come together, showcase their businesses, and not get lost in the midst of the social media algorithm. So I said, why not? I started the directory, and then we came up with it today.
How long has it taken you to develop this app? What's the process been like in getting this to market?
It was a lot of hiccups, there was a lot of road bumps, because it's something that I wanted to do from scratch, not just like put together. So it took me about, I would say, a year and some months, because I've been working it for like a long period of time. And I really wanted it to be perfect, but I said, you can't have it too perfect. So I just decided to like bring it to the public's attention now to get feedback and opinions from them to say, hey, this is what we want as business owners or as consumers.
Got you. Now, I want you to explain the logistics, because on the website itself, it says you can sign up as a business account. How does it work, and what's the logistics in getting started as a business owner or an individual?
Getting started as a business owner is like pretty simple and easy. Once you sign up for it, you just put your business, you put your logo, and then it's like an easy, I would say like a quick portfolio. You put a portfolio of your work, and you just go from there. It's simple and easy to use, nothing hard. So
we need that. We need simple and easy.
Simple and easy, yeah. You don't want to make it so hard that it's like, okay, that I can't navigate it, but it's easy for all business owners to use. And even for consumers, you just want to go on it, and you want to find a barber, you want to find a last check, a car rental on any island, you just go to the directory and it'll be right there.
So everything's there. You can sell, you can buy, you can advertise businesses, you can have appointment-based things on it as well?
You can have appointment-based things, everything there on it.
So it's an all-in-one, basically?
All-in-one, basically.
How has this benefited businesses so far, if it's already, are you already seeing that impact?
We haven't seen the impact as yet, because this is actually the first phase. We just want to get the public's opinion on it, and as a consumer to say, hey, as somebody who wants to look for a business, I want to be able to find this, I want to be able to do that. Or for a business owner to say, when they put in their business out there, they just want to have something easy for them to use.
I understand. And this is the big question, because I'm an iPhone user. Is this available on iPhone and Android?
iPhone and Android.
There we go. Well, thank you so much for giving us all the information. I wish you very well, and congratulations on the new.
Thank you, appreciate it.
A lot goes into it. It's time now to turn things over to ZNS Total Sports to see what's on tap.
Two major collegiate basketball tournaments set to tip off in the capital this week. Details of those stories and more coming up in sports.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. ATC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, Shop Smart, at Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at a service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you can be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one and the car say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. Your car up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
Thanksgiving is family, friends, and food. Find the foods you love at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Best Value whole kernel corn, 15 ounces, 99 cents. Rainbow corned beef, 12 ounces, $2.49. Olivia vegetable oil, 48 ounces, $4.99. Danish spare ribs, $2.39 per pound. Yellow onions, 3-pound bag, $3.39. As the season approaches, find your holiday favorites at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Welcome to your Wednesday evening sports check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles. Two major collegiate basketball tournaments set to tip off in the 242 over the coming days, starting first with the Baha Mar Hoops and the Baha Mar Men's Championship that will feature four of the biggest college basketball programs in America. We caught up with organizer Josh Franklin.
We're excited. I mean, we have fans from all over the United States. We've got Purdue, we've got Texas Tech, we've got Memphis, and we've got Wake Forest. We're pretty much at capacity. We're going to have about 2,200 fans at each game. They're going to be internationally televised on CBS Sports Network, and this is the biggest version of Baha Mar Hoops yet. It should be rowdy. It's going to be hard to live up to our opening game last year, which was Baylor versus St. John's. Double overtime thriller, half-court buzzer beater. #1 play on ESPN Sports Center. We'll see if we can get some more games like that. We don't hardly have any control, but I think all four of these teams are very, very competitive. And I mean, Purdue is just named #1 in NCAA basketball as well.
And next week, Baha Mar will host their Pink Flamingo Championships, where several ladies teams will take to the hardwood.
Of the folks that cover college basketball, women's college basketball, a couple years ago we had Coach Yo and Ole Miss down here. So anytime we get a chance to do things like that as well, we want to lean into it. I think Jonquel Jones is supposed to be here, so we're going to put her courtside. We're interested in growing the sport of basketball, whether it's here in the Bahamas or in the U.S. or really anywhere. Anyone who wants to attend the women's games can use promo code HOOPS242. It'll get them 50% off of all tickets.
And speaking of women's basketball, over the bridge this weekend, the Battle for Atlantis women's tournament will tip off, previewing their annual men's Thanksgiving showdown, and preparations already underway at the Imperial Arena to make this year's tournament feel as big as ever.
I'm going to be excited about that in both the men's and the women's division. We have top-tier talent coming down, and they're going to bring intense competition. So for the males tournament, we have schools like Vanderbilt, Western Kentucky, and Virginia Tech, just to name a few. And then in the females tournament, we're showcasing powerhouse schools like Penn State, Princeton, and San Diego State. So the energy in the arena is going to be very electrifying. You're going to have fans that are pumped up and excited just to see their teams playing, and it's going to be like March Madness right here in November.
From the association, DeAndre Ayton continuing his dominant stretch for the Los Angeles Lakers. Ayton finishing Tuesday's 140-126 win over the Jazz with 20 points, 14 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 block, and 1 steal across 30 minutes of game time. Ayton speaking post-game about his first time playing with LeBron James.
Makes life easy, with his passion and his IQ. Hearing his voice out there, me being the last line of defense and him seeing everything and knowing every play, knowing the whole league's personnel, it gives me that, it enhances some of my abilities, being a defender and a rim protector, knowing that he's the low man and, I can cheat out a little bit and help our guards and pick and roll a little bit more. So the confidence is there, especially when he's on the floor.
And that's a look at your sports on this Wednesday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
The DRM Authority 2025 Official Hurricane Shelter List. New Providence Community Center, Blake Road. Samuel and Cornelia Williams Community Center, the Salvation Army, Meadow Street. Reverend Dr. O.A. Pratt Educational Building, St. John's Native Baptist Church, Augusta and Meeting Street. The Remnant Tabernacle Praise reserved for Aftermath, Carmichael Road. Epworth Hall, Ebenezer Methodist Church for use by homeless and persons with physical disabilities, Shirley Street. St. Barnabas Church, Wolf and Blue Hill Roads. Maranatha Seventh-day Adventist Church, Prince Charles Drive, the Salvation Army, Mackey Street, Pilgrim Baptist Temple, St. James Street, New Bethlehem Baptist Church, Independence Drive, Hillview Seventh-day Adventist Church, Tawny Williams Darling Highway, Agape Full Gospel Baptist Church, Kennedy Subdivision, New Dimension Ministries, Joe Farrington Road, Church of God Convention Center, Joe Farrington Road, Berea Seventh-day, Blue Hill Road South, Canon Neil E. Roach Hall, Holy Cross Anglican Church, Highbury Park, Ebenezer Mission Baptist, Charles Vincent Street, St. Mary's Hall, Fox Hill on top of the hill, Epiphany Anglican Church.
You're looking at Fort Charlotte, one of the largest in Nassau, built between 1787 and 1789 by British colonial governor Lord Dunmore to defend the harbor. It was named after Queen Charlotte, wife of King George III, and is known for its impressive structure. This shot was brought to you by drone pilot Kyson Miller, and now it's time for us to head to Eleuthera. Let's go.
Music education on Eleuthera is getting a major boost thanks to a donation of new instruments from the British High Commission. British High Commissioner Her Excellency Smita Rosita and her deputy traveled to the island to present instruments to Preston H. Albury High School and the Royal Bahamas Police Force Eleuthera Music Masters Band. Students and faculty celebrated the donation with performances of the Bahamian and United Kingdom national anthems. The instruments, ranging from clarinets and flutes to a full drum kit and marching brass, will strengthen the high school's music program and support the RBPF Youth Band, which now engages more than 100 at-risk young people across Eleuthera. The High Commissioner says the effort highlights the power of music to build skills, bridge cultures, and inspire the next generation, with the support from the UK musicians and instrument makers who help source and repair the equipment.
Well, it's that time in the show where we get all caught up with what's hot online. Here's Matea Stewart with Let's Talk Socials.
Today on Let's Talk Socials, a Bahamian mom had everyone online weak after she posted a clip of her son reacting to a pair of school shoes she sent him on WhatsApp. And listen, if you grew up in the Bahamas, you already know that school swag is a real thing. Your shoes, your socks, the shine, all of it matters. Well, according to him, the shoes didn't meet any standard. The minute he opened up that message, he shut it right down. The mom said she just wanted something simple and durable, but her son said absolutely not. Social media couldn't get over how dramatic he was, and honestly, we all know at least one child who would react the same way. Check this out.
Homie, you talking about they style? You don't have no style? No. They ain't nice, they ugly. They something Aiden should be wearing.
And listen, Bahamian parents really do their best, but kids these days have a whole catalog of expectations. If the drip ain't right, they will let you know immediately. This one definitely gave the whole country a good laugh. That's what's hot on your timeline today. Stay tuned for more socials tomorrow.
That's going to do it for Access Now for tonight. Make sure to join us tomorrow night when Chef Mark's bring out all the cultural flavors right ahead of the holidays.
And stay tuned for the rundown with Clint Watson and his guests, members of the National Junk Canoe Committee. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Clint Watson has been the trusted voice of journalism for over 2 decades. He is your first choice for hard-hitting discussions, your best choice for current affairs issues and investigative journalism. It's time to start the journey of relentless journalism. It's time to start the journey of facts over fiction. It's time for the Rundown with Clint Watson here on ZNS, where only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
I have been coming to this island since I was 12 years old. It didn't take me long to realize the rich history it has here. When I bought this island in 2018, I fulfilled a lifelong dream. The goal is not only to preserve the memories I made over those years, but to make new ones and to give others the opportunity to do the same. As we go through this process, it has become clear to me, we aren't just rebuilding an island, we're reviving a legend.
The thought of colon cancer never really crossed my mind until 2019, when a very good friend of mine was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. I was shocked. Everybody was shocked because he was a picture of perfect health. He was young, athletic, successful, and full of life. Many of us are still in disbelief. I started to question my own health because if it happened to him, surely it could happen to me. Then came the fear, the anxiety, and everything else in between. Facing your own mortality is very sobering. But for me, I decided right then to have a colonoscopy, and I'm glad I did.
Colon cancer is the third most common cancer diagnosed in Bahamian men and women. Fortunately, almost all colon cancers are preventable. A colonoscopy or some other appropriate form of colon cancer screening is recommended for everyone over the age of 45. During a colonoscopy, we can detect and remove colon polyps that may grow and later become colon cancers. Don't wait until you develop symptoms, such as blood in your stool, abdominal pain, a significant change in your bowel habits, or unintentional weight loss. These may all be indications of a severe problem that requires immediate attention. If you're over the age of 45 or have any of those symptoms, talk to your doctor about the benefits of colon cancer screening today.
Diabetic eye disease is caused by changes in the blood vessels of your retina. This disease is the most common cause of vision loss among patients with diabetes and is the leading cause of blindness and visual impairment in working-age adults. Symptoms of diabetic eye disease can include floaters in your vision, blurred vision, fluctuating vision, impaired color vision, or generalized loss of vision. Smoking can quadruple your risk of progression of this disease. Bottom line is, smoking will cause you to go blind faster with diabetes. So quit smoking. Also, for expectant mothers who are diabetic, it is very important that you have your eyes examined during pregnancy, as rapid changes can occur in your eyes during pregnancy. And remember, good eye health is a combined effort between your eye care team, your medical doctors, and you, the patient.
This public service announcement is brought to you by the Public Hospitals Authority in conjunction with the Medical Association of the Bahamas and the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Abuse, domestic violence, suicidal tendencies. Are you being stressed out from these problems? Call the national hotline at 422-2763 or 322-2763. There are trained social workers available 24 hours to help you. Know that you are not alone in this.
I don't know, but there's all kind of cars in this parking lot. You ain't even know where to park. Yeah, that's no parking. Look at this way. Like, you ain't get nowhere to go. Don't park. Just don't park. Yeah, that's handicap. No, man, you can't park in handicap spot. I ain't gonna be that long. I ain't gonna be that long. Handicap spot, boy, what's going on, dog? I tell you we shouldn't park here now. This way parking, man. I tell you we shouldn't park here. Don't get one of these things. My bad big bro, and he got a sticker inside this. This mud though. We gotta move. This is a handicap spot. That's what we gotta move. But we gotta move. Don't. We can move right now. Sorry.
Be considerate. Don't use disabled parking spaces without a decal in your vehicle. This message is brought to you by the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities.
Diabetic eye disease is caused by changes in the blood vessels of your retina. This disease is the most common cause of vision loss among patients with diabetes and is the leading cause of blindness and visual impairment in working-age adults. Symptoms of diabetic eye disease can include floaters in your vision, blurred vision, fluctuating vision, impaired color vision, or generalized loss of vision. Smoking can quadruple your risk of progression of this disease. Bottom line is, smoking will cause you to go blind faster with diabetes. So quit smoking. Also, for expectant mothers who are diabetic, it is very important that you have your eyes examined during pregnancy, as rapid changes can occur in your eyes during pregnancy. And remember, good eye health is a combined effort between your eye care team, your medical doctors, and you, the patient.
This public service announcement is brought to you by the Public Hospitals Authority in conjunction with the Medical Association of the Bahamas and the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Did you know that if a fire starts in your home, you may have as little as 2 minutes to escape? Keep your family and home safe with these few fire safety preparation and prevention tips. Ensure that your home has working smoke detectors. They will alert you if there is smoke and fire in your home. Install a smoke detector on every level of your home, inside each bedroom and outside each sleeping area. Test smoke detectors every month and change the batteries every 6 months. Home fires can spread rapidly and every second counts. Create an escape plan and practice it with everyone in your home. Make sure everyone can safely escape in less than 2 minutes. Keep escape routes as clutter-free as possible so no one trips or falls on the way out during an emergency. In addition to smoke detectors, fire extinguishers is an important device to have on hand. To use a fire extinguisher, remember the acronym PASS. Pull the pin, aim the nozzle, squeeze the handle, and sweep from side to side at the base of the fire. We must all do our parts to ensure that our families and homes are safe in the event a fire occurs. On behalf of the Commissioner of Police, the Director of Fire Services, and all officers of the fire department, let's work together to help prevent fires, because fire safety is everyone's responsibility, and the life you save may be your own.
At Harold One, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.
The Rundown is brought to you by Commonwealth Brewery Limited.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the show. It's great to have you with us along for another evening. In national news this Wednesday, the government of the defense tonight following calls for an election officer to be removed following the confusion that emerged after Monday's advance poll. Aaliyah Cooper has the details tonight.
Following the chaos at Monday's advance poll, National Security Minister the Honorable Wayne Munro's coming to the defense of Golden Isles returning officer Neil Campbell.
We don't question the political allegiance of persons. That's not our business. Public servants are free to hold political views, but not to demonstrate them. And everyone is free to vote for whoever they wish.
You see, on Monday evening, concerns surfaced about the transfer of ballot boxes following advance polling. Members of the Free National Movement and the Coalition of Independence went as far as to block the entrance of Remnant Tabernacle of Praise Church to stop an initial effort to move the ballot box to a bus without any candidate representatives on board. This eventually led F&M Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands to call for Campbell to be removed as returning officer.
Somebody who was served in the capacity as a general for the Prime Minister ought not be the returning officer. Democracy need not only be done, transparency, fairness, but it needs to be seen to be done. And if there are questions being raised about the integrity of the process, then let's do whatever we can to protect it.
However, Minister Munro stresses that the code of conduct regarding public servants is clear.
If they have something that they can produce to show that he has transgressed any of the rules, they ought to produce it. But this behavior that they have about trafficking in gossip and rumors is a low form of adequacy, is a low form of dealing. It does not respect people's names and reputations.
During Tuesday's press briefing, Campbell explained that he, like everyone, has friends, some of them in political circles. The opposition leader, Michael Pintard, he said, is a cousin. His mother considers F&M candidate Brian Brown an adopted son, and he refers to Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis as an adopted father. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Leah Cooper.
So let's pause there, because while we're having this discussion, I mean, really, while we're having this discussion, I believe that we're going to be talking about what went wrong on Monday. Let's talk about the behavior of the parties and how they acted, like pretty much hooligans, over ballot boxes, how they created narratives that did not exist and were not verified by the officials, and how there seems to be this growing trend to distort mistrust in law officials and in public officials who are serving. So much so that the real story here is, let's talk about the real story. The real story here is you now have poll workers and volunteers who are public servants now refusing to want to work in Monday's by-election because they fear they're going to be targeted or attacked because of the behavior on Monday. You literally have civil servants who have volunteered, who said, you know what, take my name off the list, I ain't doing it no more, because I'm going to put myself at risk because these people carrying on too bad. Why are we not addressing that? Why are we addressing picking at who knows who, and you shouldn't be there because you're a friend of this one or you an acquaintance of this one? And for the chairman of the FNM to go actually in front of a television camera and say somebody who was a general for somebody. Well, listen, I think we all know how it works in this country. People work with parties, they campaign with parties, and then if the party's elected, they get their promotions, or they get their public office, or they have their duties and they go to it. If we're gonna nitpick, will there be anybody to do public service duties? Probably not, because people support who they want to support when they're not doing their duties. So if Chairman Dwayne Sands is going to pick at who was a general for the Prime Minister and then now is working the polls, I mean, what are you trying to say? Because the person, the returning officer you're talking to, is not just a general working as a returning officer. He is a sitting, functioning, permanent secretary. So what are you saying, Dwayne Sands? That a permanent secretary should not. First of all, he shouldn't be a permanent secretary. Second of all, he's been in public service as a senior government official for years. He shouldn't be doing that. And then if your administration, if your party were to win, what's going to happen if you feel that way about him now? What, is he not going to be a permanent secretary under your administration? We have to be able to separate that, because I don't think that weighed into any decision, because as was outlined by all the other senior government officials who participated in the advance poll, the process was followed based on the agreement that all party representatives had. They signed off on it. They all agreed to that. Nobody's disputing that. So there should be no dispute over what took place. What took place wasn't because there was a breach of policy. What took place is because somebody spread something that was malicious and wrong, and people reacted to it and got frustrated and started acting out and blocking cars. Like, what you gonna do? You gonna overturn the car? I mean, it's just silly acts that have no place in the electoral process. But people getting emotional, and some people have even written, they believe it's a part of a bigger narrative. A bigger narrative that says, if you by any chance lose on Monday, your reason for losing will be there was something untoward that happened. We were making noise about it from the advance polls. And that's what the justification behind your loss. The narrative is not going to work. I think we need to understand that we have to be respectful of this process, of the election process. We have to conduct ourselves in decency and in order. And we have to be the ones who tell party participants, bring it down. Bring the, the energy's high, people are excited, but do not be foolish in your decision making, because at the end of the day, it impacts our country and the electoral process where people are watching from all around the world. So I think all of these innuendos and all of these, accusations have no place. We want to have free and fair elections. We've always had that. And no matter which party wins or loses in the past elections and have chattered about something being untoward, there was nothing that showed up in an election court. There was nothing that was carried as, yes, there was something that untoward happened. It has not happened. And so we've been known to have free and fair elections. We want to continue along that way. And insinuating that things are happening when they're not happening does not bode well for anyone. I think we need to respect the fact that civil servants have to be the ones to volunteer to carry out this process. And they shouldn't be the ones targeted. They shouldn't be the ones attacked. They shouldn't be the ones who fear for their lives because they're doing their civic duty of operating these elections. And targeting people and saying, oh, that one is FNM, that one is PLP, that one is COI, is wrong. They're in the capacity as civil servants, and stop trying to drum up some scenario that somebody's doing something untoward. People can have their party beliefs and still operate professionally without interference. And we ought to respect that and not have, as one woman said on a media station, she went to a personal car after doing her work, and they were trying to shake her car and not let her in her car. Why should she be under that kind of fear? That's not who we are as Bahamian people, and we need to fix that. We need to address it. I'll read some of your comments because you're writing them, and I'm assuming you're writing them because you want me to read them. And so in the Lion's Den, Pearline Smith, well, Rose Matthews said, "What in the world?" Oh no, that's something different. Pearline Smith says, "Come on, Clint, you were there a couple of years talking about corruption in these parties. Now that you are getting a big pay, you can't see the wrong anymore." Pearline Smith, you're just ignorant. That makes no sense. That absolutely makes no sense. Then you say God is going to do something to these people that are in charge very soon. This is why you make no sense. Because if you understand anything about God, he doesn't react to your personal emotions. So if you're going to write and comment in the Lion's Den, make it make sense. Let's go on to another story tonight. Bigger and better Goldie owners is promising as much after his thriving Awaki establishment went up in flames. Here's that story from Vaughn Albury.
Amen. Goldie's restaurant owner Kirkwood Evans met with 50 of his staffers near the Awaki restaurant's charred remains following Sunday's fire. Down but not out. Evans, flanked by his wife and daughters, plans to rebuild with help from employees.
My plans going forward, once they give me the okay, I already draw my plan. I had it in my head, I make a call while I was away. Lady came this morning, she got to make a couple adjustments. I intend to take it to Ministry of Wage. I hope they could do a speedy approval, and I'm ready to start billing and start getting Goldie's staff back together.
Goldie's loss estimated in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, but that's no deterrence.
A lot of times, he breaks you down to build you up stronger, and that's what I believe. I don't want nobody to feel sorry for me. I want y'all to rejoice because God got something bigger and better is coming.
Hallelujah. In terms of the reception that you and support you get from your staff, what does that say to other Bahamians outside of Goldie's?
Well, listen, all of my staff, if you turn around and look, I sure they love me. If they didn't love me, they wouldn't have been here. My thing is, being in business for so long, my whole scenario in life is you treat people the way you want to be treated. And I won't believe me, I come from the ground up 36 years ago, and by God's grace, I'm going to complete my mission.
The more than 100 employees impacted by the fire faced the grim reality of a jobless Christmas. But employees Cheryl Lunroker and Maggie Miskalin are standing behind their boss.
I think my tears are over now. I'm pulling up my big girl panties and I'm ready to go.
I believe in Mr. Goldie.
You believe in Mr. Goldie?
Yes.
What makes you believe in him?
Because he is our boss, he's keeping his word, and when he says something, he means it.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I am Vaughn Albury.
Thanks very much, Vaughn. And that's the kind of spirit we're talking about, right? The indomitable spirit that lives on among Bahamians. That is so important in today's day and time. And yet people will still criticize and say what their views are, their impressions are of what Goldie is doing and what he's saying. But that's it. When you've had that kind of loss, and to be able to come out there with the people that depend on you and say, listen, we're going to come back bigger and stronger, is the kind of indomitable spirit we talk about among Bahamians all the time. Because tragedy can strike anyone. It can strike anyone's business, anyone's home, and you lose all of it in a matter of minutes. But to be able to come back and say, we're going to build back better and stronger, we're going to preserve your jobs and have your jobs ready for you, it's the kind of thing we talk about. We talk about Bahamians and their indomitable spirit. It's absolutely important. Well, it's International Men's Day. Under the theme celebrating men and boys, I want to wish all men a happy International Men's Day. Thank you for the contribution all of you make to our society and the world. Tonight's show is really for all of you, and this is why, because we're talking to Junkanoo lovers out there. I'm sure many Junkanoos want to hear how this year's holiday parades will be managed and who will take Bay Street by storm. Officials of the National Junkanoo Committee are joining me tonight to talk all things Junkanoo, parade management, and the Bahamas Junkanoo Festival. Then, of course, with Thanksgiving a few days away, we're going to get another update on the Let's Make a Difference program that I hear is feeding a significant number of Bahamians this year. All of that and more. We're going to have an exciting show tonight when the Rundown returns here on the ZNS Network right after the break. Stay close.
Join us each Sunday at 5 p.m. and Tuesdays at 2:30 p.m. for Legends, the Untold Story, here on the ZNS Television Network.
Let's go! At Frame Studio, as soon as you enter the door, we showcase any individual that comes in there and make it feel like they are at home. The space itself is 1,800 square foot. Our psych wall, which is industry standard also, is 24 feet wide. You can do anything that you can possibly think of. At Frame Studio, under our theme, Now Create More, we look at Frame Studio as a canvas, and any artist know a canvas is blank, and then you create whatever you want to do, right? So we have where you could rent tools. We even have workstations that people could rent out to anyone inspiring to do what I've done, or what my colleagues have done, or any other journey. I would say to you, don't be afraid. The worst someone can actually tell you is no. So if you have a vision, you have an idea, not everyone will get it. But if you believe in your vision, you believe in your idea, I say go wholeheartedly at it.
For more information about the Creative Entrepreneurs Initiative and the Crafting the Bahamas workshops, email info@sbdcbahamas.com or call us at 461-7232.
Hi, I'm Desmond Saunders. I want you to tune in to the new Weekend Edition, Saturdays and Sundays at 7 p.m., where we have a whole lot of new stuff for you. All right, so I'll give you a sneak preview. Boldly Bahamians, Sizzle Saturdays, Parliamentary Bench, just to name a few. So buckle up and get ready for the ride. Coming this fall, the new Weekend Edition. Stay close.
Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Hi, I'm Brent, Vice President of Retail and Sales here at CBS Bahamas in the Southwest Plaza on Carmichael Road. If you haven't shopped with us before, please give us a chance. We pride ourselves on terrific customer service. Our store is clean, large, we have thousands of products, we're open 7 days a week, and we have a nice, wide, spacious, comfortable layout for you to enjoy. Visit us in the Southwest Plaza on Carmichael Road or shop online at cbsbahamas.com.
Coming this fall, Royston Jones and Melina Leonard on the Bahamas Tonight Access Now. Weekdays, 7:30 p.m. Tune in and get your fill of community news. Family Island news, entertainment, and, well, sometimes slithering animals. That's the Bahamas Tonight Access Now, weekdays, 7:30 p.m. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. A special good night to all of you in the lines. Y'all a little saucy in the lines tonight, but it's okay. And then, of course, good night to all of you watching on your various platforms, whether it's Flow TV, whether it is cable TV around the islands, the family of islands, Turks and Caicos, around the region, and, of course, internationally. Always a pleasure to have you on the rundown. Thanks for joining us. Well, the National John Canoe Committee is a government-appointed advisory body that manages and promotes John Canoe in the Bahamas, an evolution from earlier committees and the John Canoe Corporation of New Providence. Now, the organization was recently catapulted to the national spotlight when the government announced that the NJC will manage the 2025-2026 John Canoe parades. Now, here to clarify their position is NJC Chairman Warren Andrew Pinder and Deputy Chairman Kislane Smith. Both of you, welcome to the rundown. Good to have you both here.
Good evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Talk about baptism by fire. My goodness. And it's not really baptism by fire because you've been in this. This is not something, a new organization just getting started. Explain to people the role of the NJC and what you've been doing prior to all of this spotlight so people know that you've been in the trenches doing some work. Explain the role of the NJC.
The role of the NJC is a statutory body, as you said, appointed by the government. And what we've been doing is actually growing John Canoe, scaling John Canoe throughout the family islands by presenting workshops, going and ensuring that we have the 11 parades that we're responsible for are well put off, and coming to New Providence as a support.
Coupled with that, we're also responsible for the National Junkanoo Legends Circle, which is a culmination of thank yous to our senior Junkanoos who have contributed to Junkanoo throughout the country. We're also responsible for Junior Junkanoo, and that is very, very dear to my heart. We will have the largest Junior Junkanoo parade soon, and we'll speak about that. But every island now, every habited island, has a form of Junkanoo, which we're very proud of, because it shows that Junkanoo is not just New Providence centric, that is all throughout the country. And so with all of this, we're also responsible for the administration of funding to help spearhead initiatives throughout the country. So coupled with that, all of that, we now have this added responsibility, and that is for the senior parades on New Providence.
So when people talk about the NJC, your mandate really has been the nation, not just the capital, but developing the cultural expression of Junkanoo for the nation.
Yes, and I'm very, very proud of that. I'm proud of the initiatives. We took the responsibility away from the government per se, and we allowed the family islands to form themselves into individual communities of Junkanoo, where they can say to us what they would wish to want to be, judged by, how they'd want to be considered, what are important to them, because every island is different. Every island has its own parameters, and we wanted to ensure that they had a stakeholder position in whatever it is that they want. And doing that, we then explain to them the importance of maybe branching out, advancing beyond just parades, and having festivals. And they have done that, and we have seen the tremendous growth throughout the family islands, in addition with Junior Junkanoo. So we've beckoned to the senior groups that are on these islands to please help the schools, help the children, and use that as an ability for a feeder system for the larger parades. And that is turning out to be a tremendous asset, because not only do we have Family Island senior parades, we also have Family Island junior parades. And guess what I am most proud of? That we now finally have a good consortium of Family Islanders also being recognized for their contributions to Junkanoo. So once ago, the National Junkanoo Legends induction ceremony, it entertained persons primarily from New Providence. But this year, 2025, I'm so happy to say, we have 3 women inducted, and also a woman from the Junior Junkanoo side, 2 women from the Junior Junkanoo side, and we have representatives from most of the major islands being inducted into the National Junkanoo Legends Ceremony Circle. They said to us when we then selected or narrowed down the list, they were so pleased. One lady, she cried profusely on the phone. She said, after all these years, 68 years, finally somebody's recognizing her. So I said that to you, our task is mammoth, but we're so pleased to see the rewards that's being generated.
I wanted to talk about that because sometimes, in us who don't know the Junkanoo life or way, our narrow mind of thinking, we only think Junkanoo when we think about the holiday season mainly. And now we're seeing it with the other celebrations that happen. And we don't understand that it's more than just planning a parade. It's literally trying to develop a new sector, an economy for the Bahamas. Is that also a part of what the NJC is doing? Trying to develop this as a profession, as a career, as a cultural expression, as a business, as a sector and an economy beyond just a parade that happens once a year?
Is addressing the creative industry. Right, all stakeholders that you can think about. Junkanoo itself, right, if you consider it the greatest mentorship program in our country. All right, so if you start from that, in the shacks, young persons are coming and they're taught to actually express themselves creatively, through building costumes, through musicians. We have so many students now have gone off, playing in HBCU bands, coming back, arranging songs to make it sound like that on Bay Street. So we're looking to try and advance Junkanoo through growth into the industry. All right, there's no reason why Junkanoo souvenirs can't be sold. There's no reason why persons can't begin businesses, become entrepreneurs through the industry of Junkanoo. All right, so when we go out and we look at it, it's like something that we have not taken ownership of Junkanoos yet. All right, it's like when persons can say synonymous to the Bahamas is Junkanoo, That's what we're trying to do. That person's come and gain the experience. The experience through this festival, that's one of the things that we really want person to go out. The parade itself, you say, greatest show on earth. But the experience, sitting there long and, you know, you're bored, but we want to create an experience atmosphere that persons can come in. I can tell you that when we go to the family islands, right, for instance, Exuma, when the groups pass by, it's a Pied Piper effect where everyone just joins in the line. They can't do it here in the competitive parade, but when we can get tourists experiencing what it's like to rush, and that's the hope of through the festivals, that, you know, when we have our junk canoe at the end of the festivals each day, that tourists can get in the line and experience that, you know, ringing cowbells, possibly beating the drum and so forth, and that's exactly what we're trying to do. When you begin to do that 360 junk, you'll see junk canoe 360 throughout the Bahamas.
And what is even an excellent segue, Clint, is that finally, junk canoe in the Bahamas has been recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage.
Wow.
Myself and Dr. Dwight Marshall, along with others, we had a small committee of persons who toiled over 2.5 to 3 years, preparing papers, making submissions. It felt like we were in university all over again, preparing our tertiary papers and to make sure that everything was documented. But finally, in 2023, junk canoe in the Bahamas was inscribed by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage, and that is a big deal. And we are so very proud and appreciative to the Secretary General of UNESCO, Ms. Deidre Bevan. She went out of her way. She was very instrumental in us doing that. So Andrew's sentiments are totally echoed because it shows that junk canoe is just beyond a parade. We have persons who are interested in the theoretical part of junk canoe. Tell me where you could find any literature, like if you want to do a thesis paper, where can you find it? So the importance of culminating all that we know and documenting it so that it can be properly researched and properly reviewed, those are one of the attributes that we are very proud of.
How far are we in getting to where we need to be? Because you look at other countries, especially in the Caribbean, right? We see Trinidad, they're known for Carnival, Cropovers, Barbados. How far are we to getting junk canoe, the business of it, because it's a multi-million-dollar industry for other cultural expressions in other countries. How far are we getting that to where we need it to be?
A couple of weeks. In your next segment, they'll tell you about that.
Really?
Yeah. The Bahamas Festival Committee, the subcommittee chair is Anthony Bostwick, and you soon hear from the deputy chair, Angelique McKay, where she will provide a laundry list of exciting events and all kind of exciting things relating to the festival of junk canoe. So you may say, well, I don't really want to go to the parade, it's too long, but you could partake in the festival activities where you'll be able to see a little of the culinary experience the culinary experience. And I will digress a moment and leave that and allow Angelique to explain that. And this isn't just on New Providence, Clint. This is also happening on our family islands.
Wow.
That is what we're proud of.
Wow.
Because we've, again, in our discussions with them and us traversing throughout the country, we've asked them, not only consider a parade, consider revenue-generating opportunities for your islanders. And they have done so. And so Grand Bahama came at the gate banging. And they had a wonderful festival this year, and is also scheduled again. We created a whole calendar of event dates for all islands where anyone can visit. We invite domestic tourism.
Exactly.
We invite persons like yourself, bring the camera, show it to and let the world see that the Bahamas is more than just New Providence or Grand Bahama, but we have many islands where junk canoe is held, festivals are held, and more importantly, the spirit, our culture, the rhythmic passion. It's all throughout.
Let me ask you, because now that the NJC is gonna be dealing with parades, how is that gonna do? What are you gonna bring that's different from what we may have seen in previous management of parades?
I would say ticketing. We're gonna make sure that the public is able to purchase those tickets. That's the first thing. We've listened. We've listened to all the stakeholders
attentively.
All right, of junk canoe. So we're going to make sure that you're able to purchase your tickets when they go on sale. All right, so that you can come as the first step. Of course, we're bring pride into it. We've introduced the National Junk Canoe T-shirt Day. All right, where all the groups, where all of the groups at Nervous Saturday would be able to sell their T-shirts, and then on the 12th, You go and, you know, we all Valley Boys, or we're Saxons, or Roots, Genesis, or whatever. So you go out and you wear the T-shirt, and you have your fun day on the 12th. All right, by proclamation. So these are changes that to make persons feel, you know, that they're a part of their festival. Because this festival is about the people, right? So we're trying to give, you know, the people this experience. When you come down there, we don't want you to have to be wait. It's on us to ensure that you may see some prizes being given out.
Right.
All right. You can see some things that is a little different, just to ensure that everyone enjoys the experience of Junkanoo.
Have we decided yet how do we make this parade move without the gaps? And you know, that's always a concern. Well, people always say, well, why don't they have a show going on in Rawson Square as the Macy's Day Parade does until something goes on? How do we beat this issue?
Should we tell them about the initiatives?
You better tell me about the initiatives.
Yeah,
Should we tell them?
The initiatives are, right, for instance, to start, we're going to have a fanfare initiatives.
Okay.
All right, so the introductory song that in the gate, in the hall.
Right.
So what we've done is, you know, in order that groups can assemble in the hall quickly, we're going to have a fanfare competition, cash prizes.
Yes.
You know, for the first, second, third group with the best fanfare. And that is to help the groups to assemble and hopefully get out the gate, you know, get out on time.
Right.
So that we can, you know, the clog is trying to get the back clear. All right, then you have the initiative Rock the Square. And Rock the Square may be on New Year's. Right, but that's for the public appeal. So the public will be able to vote which group would have rocked the square. All right, that's also a cash prize. And then we go into Raw Junkanoo.
Yes.
Right, we can take away the brass and go back, you know, to authentic Junkanoo for a cash prize.
And then?
All right, so these are the initiatives. And then of course, we had the King Beller. We've had the King Beller for the last 3 years, and as well as the most creative costume. So these are prizes that are going to touch the individual Junkanoo.
So these prizes have nothing to do with the actual judging of the parade. The NJC will have its own separate judges, as we've done in the past with the King Bella line competition and the best cultural competition, cultural costume competition.
Most creative.
What is unique, and you say what's different? Could you imagine you're a part of, say, a brass section? You're a part of that brass section, but you've never received anything before. But this year, you'll be a part of the best fanfare competition where cash prizes, first, second, and third cash prizes will go directly to the individuals in that brass section. Then you may say, well, I'm a drummer, or I'm a foghorn player, I've never gotten anything. We have something for you, because then, as Andrew mentioned, there is that raw zone competition, and that will be on Shirley Street. And then you may say, well, you know, I'm very creative in my costumes, but I never get a number, or I'm not recognized in any way. We have something for you. We have a best creative costume. And I must say, Andrew, also we've partnered with Corporate Bahamas, where Corporate Bahamas, we explain to them our initiatives. We show them the advantage of them partnering with us, and they came through and they've created these atmospheres for us to be able to advance these particular prizes to the respective individuals of those sections.
And just for clarity, do you expect us to have all of the Junkanoo groups as usual who normally participate?
All.
All.
So we shouldn't mind the noise in the market, but some ain't showing up.
All.
Our first year of the King Bella competition, we explained it to the King Bellas, and King Bellas, for your information, are the large bellas directly in the back of the sousaphone. And so we explained to the King Bellas of the groups, this is what is going to happen. And could you believe that was the first time in our first year they didn't have any problems? They all agreed, because they know their artistry. King Bella costumes sometimes could be used as an off-the-shoulder because of the large sizes of them. So we're looking at the uniformity and the actual collaboration of the costume and the actual agility of the costume to be able to move. Mind you, they're ringing their bells at the same time, but they're actually showcasing what it is that the King Bella does. And they said to us, this is the first time they've been judged fairly. They've first been judged individually, and that they agreed on the actual entrance that place, on the placing. So that in itself speaks volumes, and they got their money.
Wow.
Didn't they get their money? They got their money.
Last 2 years.
I've got to ask where you stand with the Junkanoo Authority proposal and the bill that is going to be presented and debated. Where you stand with that?
Well, Sure. Okay. Well, again, we're a part of the committee, the drafting committee, and I think it's important that we show the most respect for Dame Anita Allen. She was our key draftsman and our guide through this process because we wanted to make sure that we review John Canoe not only as New Providence-centric, as we mentioned earlier,
correct,
but that it involves all islands and it provides a clear definition of what an authority is and how the authority will be mandated as it goes along. And we prepared, papers were done, and nothing in that bill, nothing is new. These ideas emanated from 1997. So nothing in the bill is new. But what was different this time is that we all listened, like Andrew mentioned earlier, and we compiled all of the information into one document, and then we asked very important questions. What do we need to do to get the bill passed? What documents are required? What actual submissions are required, because there are different areas that has to be done. White paper, gray paper, submitted to cabinet, submitted to this one, minister has reviewed, PS has reviewed. We needed to understand, because none of us are government employees, so we didn't know the backing that was behind.
Correct.
So this is why I'm giving Dame Anita her credit, because she was able to guide us along and explain to us what was needed. So we say, okay, what timeline does it take to do that? After all of that was done, we were satisfactorily able to produce the final draft, as it may. All of us had an input in it. We then solicited assistance and oversight from other persons as well, because there's no I in team. And we worked collectively, and we submitted it. Minister read it. He approved. The AG read it. The AG's office reviewed it in its totality. And we know the fact that a minister has sent it to cabinet. So when the authority comes in place, we will be happy. The NJC will be happy, because all of the work that we're doing, there'll be paid persons, fully employed.
Right.
Fully employed.
When the authority comes in place, will there still be coexisting of the NJC, JCNP, those bodies?
Right. The JCNP, as well as the JCGB, Grand Bahama John Canoe Corporation, as well as the Exuma Committee. As I said earlier, all of the islands have now formed themselves into different committees. So there is a stakeholder space for everyone, because the JCNP or the Exuma Committee or the Grand Bahama Committee, they will be representing the persons that are on those islands.
Development Board.
Tourism Development Board.
Merchants.
And persons with background in accounting, because we'd have to provide audited financial statements, of course, the legal aspect of it, and more importantly, like how we're having a festival, there'll be a festival committee, because these things must go on. There'll be a better program in sight for I'm a education background, so literature is important to me. Having the correct documents in place, making sure that there's an in memoriam to pay homage to those who've gone on before us, but have created this pathway for us to be here.
Intellectual property rights.
Intellectual,
All
right.
of it's being addressed.
Yes, copyright infringements, everything.
This is transformational for our country.
Yes, and this is what is needed.
Right.
Why can't we, if not now, when? It needs to happen. And I'm happy to say that all of us, we took the baton. We were very, very keen to see how it will go. Again, nothing in the bill is new, which is why we engaged the public. We invited the public to a symposium where we asked the public, please share your views. If you have a suggestion or comment, please submit them. A lot of people did, mind you. And so all of those reviews, the submissions were reviewed, and then we again put it into one document. So we're proud of that. Now, what happens next is out of our hands, because we've completed the groundwork that we needed to do.
Sounds good. We're going to take a break. I think we have some more members of the NJC we're going to talk to about their work and what their role is all about. You're watching The Rundown. We're back after this. Stay close. Our company offers a simple philosophy: open hands. What do open hands mean? If you keep your hands closed, nothing comes in, nothing goes out. If you keep your hands open, a lot of things comes in, a lot of things goes out. We cannot expect to be a successful company without blessing our community and blessing our country.
My good friend and valued client, Dominic Stirrup, approached me following a meeting we had and told me of the idea that he had of feeding 10,000 Bahamians on Thanksgiving.
There was a lot of details to put together, had to figure out how to get it done. But at the end, it was worth it. At the end, it gave me a heart of gratitude to know that our company is reaching out to so many persons.
We invite you on a journey to witness an extraordinary chapter in the story of the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, a tale of compassion, unity, and the true spirit of Thanksgiving.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
I have been coming to this island since I was 12 years old. It didn't take me long to realize the rich history it has here. When I bought this island in 2018, I fulfilled a lifelong dream. The goal is not only to preserve the memories I made over those years, but to make new ones and to give others the opportunity to do the same. As we go through this process, it has become clear to me, we aren't just rebuilding an island, we're reviving a legend.
Welcome back. If you didn't know, a lot goes on behind the scenes of the annual Junkanoo parades. To ensure fairness and accuracy, the National Junkanoo Committee has appointed its own parade management team. And this year, residents and visitors can enjoy the Bahamas Junkanoo Festival. Parade management team chairman Douglas Hanna, name you probably heard before, and Bahamas Junkanoo Festival co-chair Angelique McKay is here to tell us more. Welcome to the Rundown. Great to have both of you.
Thank you.
So you're back in the saddle again.
Yes, sir.
Back at it again. What are the key updates discussed with the leaders? I think you met last night. What were the key updates discussed with them?
The leaders were really concerned about, first of all, the rules. What were the big changes in the rules? No big changes. We assured them of that. But the changes that we did have, they were concerned about that. And two main things for them. One was, because we told them that one of the changes for us was there was got to be no independent review committee. Now, what was so pleasing to me is usually you tell them something like this big row and this big row. It didn't happen. After the parade, they got to the NJC and says, we're not too pleased about that rule. We're going to fix that. We're going to have not the IRC, but a panel where when the Junkanoo group say they were robbed,
right,
they have some place to go. To ensure that they were not robbed.
So it was a compromise.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Okay, good.
And the other thing they were concerned about, they heard that this was going to be a no penalty parade. It's not a no penalty parade. There are penalties. But what has changed from previously, there's no disqualifications. Yeah, no disqualifications. And usually disqualification comes when there are A groups who cannot meet the numbers.
Correct.
For one reason or the other.
Correct.
And they were usually disqualified from receiving a prize. That is not going to happen. If they don't meet the numbers, there will be penalties.
But not disqualification.
Not disqualification, yes.
All right. So by and large, how would you describe that meeting?
Excellent. You see, one of the key things for us with the national parades, and just want to say, the national parades will happen on time, the usual time, on the 9th, on the 25th at 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
25th
Christmas night.
of December, Christmas night. So get your dinner early, come to an exciting parade. 9 p.m. on the New Year's Day, the 1st of January. And so we are ready and we are excited. We've got a seasoned parade management team. And the key for us is the consistent and constant communication with the groups. And we were so pleased last night. Well, some person may have been quiet and didn't want no rah-rah there, but everyone was ready to go, and we are ready to go. So we're going to consistently speak with the groups, because that is going to be the key for us. In particular, the things that people and the participants are very important. They make the parade. But the spectators on the bleachers are just as important. They actually make the Junkanoo participants perform better. And so we really want to prevent the complaint about where is the next group, the gaps. And the key for us is the consistent talk and communication with the Junkanoo groups. The main criteria for us with ensuring that the parade is smooth is the issue with all of the groups getting to the parade on time and getting out of the gate on time. Yeah.
That's important. And that was my question right there. How do we address these delays that constantly happen?
Yes.
Is there a formula to be able to really address it?
The formula is to ensure that we are working with the groups. That's the formula. Now, I think you may have heard earlier about the fanfare that is going to be happening.
That's going to help tighten things up a bit.
Because the group should be ready and ready to go. Because they come out of the hole and there should be no issue with hang-up. They're ready because they understand that in the hole, that fanfare means prizes for everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, Angelique, what makes a Junkanoo Festival a must-attend?
Oh, my goodness. We all know, and those of us that don't know, we're going to know now, Junkanoo is the greatest show on earth. And the Bahamas Junkanoo Festival is poised to bring all of those elements of Junkanoo to the city center, downtown Bay Street and Woods Rogers Wharf, because with two festival sites. So what it intends to do is it intends to have persons dive into the creative arts of Junkanoo, to get to experience behind the scene, to interact with the Junkanoo artists, to really understand what it is that drives the passion of those performers on Bay Street. So you get to dive behind the scenes prior to the parade, because the entire festival season, it not only brings aspects of Junkanoo, it brings the creativity of Bahamians to the forefront. And if anybody would have attended a Junkanoo parade, understands that all elements of the creative industry are a part of Junkanoo itself. You have visual arts, performing arts, you know, we have our dancers, we have our entertainers, we have our faces painted, the cardboard manipulation of those costumes. So you get to see and experience Junkanoo up close and personal prior to the parades themselves. So we have some of these top Junkanoo builders doing cardboard manipulation. So you get to see what a Junkanoo artist puts into his work or her work from inception, the sketch, to the end product. So you get to see the entire process at the festival, and every day you will experience something different. So there are 5 festival days, 7 days in total, inclusive of the 2 national parades, Christmas Day and New Year's Day parade. So if you were to come on day 1 between the hours of, say, 3 to 4, be like, oh, that was good, I want to come tomorrow, but I don't want to see the same thing. You come 5 to 7, 5 to 8. You see something different, but you see these elements. And Bahamas Junkanoo Festival, our line is experience the authentic energy, excitement, and spirit of Junkanoo.
Wow.
Right?
When does the festival take place?
The festival is scheduled for December 18th to January 1st. So we have December 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, and 28th are days that are scheduled. So we get an opportunity to highlight and showcase our artisans that create jewelry, create bags.
Wow.
We have a runway fashion show by Bahamian designers. This festival site, Clint, book the dates now. Book the dates now, because the energy at those sites, ridiculous.
Where are the sites?
Well, two days are going to be between Woods Rogers Wharf and Pompey Square, 2 days proper, and another 3 days are going to be east of East Street. So from East Street to Elizabeth Avenue, we will have 3 days. So our partners for this will be Ministry of Tourism, as well as Tourism Development Corporation. So we're going to have it infused with the Bites on Bait, the food trucks. We're going to have authentically Bahamian artisans and craft items. We're including the the Tourism Development Corporation's incubation center that is giving opportunities to artisans to be able to highlight and showcase their items. We have, I mean, just renowned Bahamian bands and entertainers performing as well. So there's activities throughout the day, you know.
And this makes so perfect.
Artists.
People looking for things to do in the holiday season.
Exactly.
Things to visit, places to go. People who are in town or family visiting, friends visiting. Let's go and take you to Junkanoo Festival and see how it actually happens.
Exactly.
And then when you see the parade, you know how that costume got made.
That's it. And one of the things is, the Bahamas and Bahamians themselves, we understand that this is the greatest show on earth, but it's also a secret. It's one of those best kept secrets. So now is the time for us to expose the creativity of the Bahamas and Junkanoo to the world. Piggyback on what Kishleen would have said with the UNESCO inscription, the world now understands how important Junkanoo is to the people of the Bahamas. So now is the time for us to spread our wings and just show the world the greatest show on earth is here with us.
So we got some new levels for Junkanoo, a parade management team that's experienced and said, listen, it's going to be better than you've ever seen before. It looks like it's going to be an exciting Junkanoo season.
Yes, it is.
Very much so.
All right, we look forward to it. Thank you so much for being a part of this show and for talking to us, and we look forward to seeing the fruit of your labor.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bob.
When we come back, our final segment, of course, we are partners in the Let's Make a Difference program that gets underway next week, of course, on Thanksgiving Day. We're going to talk to some of the partners of that. We're back after this.
Fashion was something that I've always loved. I always, as a child, loved to see women just impeccably dressed. But my thing was drawing the looks and mixing colors, and fashion was in my blood. My name is Dr. Jillian Curry Williams, and I'm the designer for Remilda Rose Designs. What sets me apart, that I pay attention to detail. Like, I have an eye for detail. I pay attention to the construction of my garment. I want to make sure that when my garment is completed, that you can wear that on the wrong side or the right side because it's impeccably made. I put my personality into my passion. Well, the fabric of hope was inspired by my father. My father had cancer, and I would go with him to treatments and seeing everybody just look despondent and dreary. And one day this lady dropped her mom off, and her mother fell when she got inside. And I was like, wow, like God, like I'm only a fashion designer. Like, what can I do to assist these people? I know God had me to create it to inspire persons with cancer or any illness that there's hope, that there is light at the end of that tunnel. The encouraging word I would give to women, it's been in my heart for a couple of days, to speak to the older women who may feel that I'm 40, what can I do? I'm 50, what can I do? And that's when the fire in us kicks in. We've had the work experience. We've passed all those tests. So take that idea that God has given you and put it to use. This is where it all begins.
To learn more about the Women Entrepreneurs Initiative, visit our website or contact us at 461-7232. And remember, empowered women empower women.
got termites and need to get rid of them fast, trust Rentokil Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rentokil Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rentokil Initial.
The Ministry of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting is partnering with the Bahamas Christian Council to help build stronger Bahamian families.
I believe that our ultimate experience in living begins with God and family.
Our purpose is to facilitate, guide, inspire, and equip you to have a better life.
And a strong family foundation begins with each of us trying to become better individuals.
Let's unite for a stronger Bahamas.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting, the heartbeat of the nation, leading Bahamians from dependency to self-sufficiency to economic empowerment.
Finally, tonight, as a sponsor of the Let's Make a Difference program, ZNS will provide continuous updates on this year's preparation before the big day on November 27th. As a reminder, the initiative was founded by the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies to feed thousands of Bahamians on Thanksgiving Day. Joining us tonight is the Bahamas Feeding Network's Executive Director, Nicolette Fountain Archer, and Akeisha Noel-Smith of Feeding 5,000 Network, Queens College and Rotary Clubs of the Bahamas. Welcome to the show, ladies. Welcome back. How old are you? Gone by so fast.
I know, right?
We just did this last year.
Last week.
Yeah, I know, right? But obviously, I love talking about this initiative every year because I think it's one of those programs that demonstrate the country coming together. Various organizations, no matter what the organization is, coming together for one positive thing, that is to feed people on Thanksgiving Day. And so I ask it every year, but I don't think the answer ever changes, but I like to rehearse it in people's ears as to why are you a part? Let's start with you.
Okay. So interestingly enough, our distribution manager, she was completing an interview with a student today, and the student asked her, why do you do this? And she said, number one, I love people, and then number two, I love to know that I'm helping people who are in need. Okay, then we had an interesting occasion last week. Ernst & Young came in and they sponsored a feeding, and we hadn't been doing, we do it normally every Thursday, but we haven't been because our kitchen is being renovated. And so this was the first time we've done it, let's say, since about before things closed down for summer. And we had a lady who called back, and she was so grateful. She said, you know, the people in the office, they tell her she's so cheap when they're purchasing lunch, and, you know, she's this and she's that. She said, but I don't have it.
Right.
I don't have it. You know, so she was happy that she was able to have a hot meal that day because the food went in. So, you know, you do it because you help. And there are some of us who know more than others, that just because people dress up and look good, they got no food to eat.
And you know what I love about it is that you, in this kind of initiatives and businesses, you don't do it for recognition because people you don't need to. I always tell people, why do you need to exploit the fact that somebody needed help? You know, oh, you know, I had to help today. Y'all don't mind these people? They have big time job and still ain't got nothing. No, you can't. You'll never make it in this field if that's what you're trying to do. You have to see beyond the person and see the need and be happy to be able to meet a need. Kia, obviously, like every organization you're part of is a part of this initiative. You got everybody involved. You got everybody involved. And speak to the diversification of so many organizations coming together for this one initiative.
Yes, so I'm here to represent the Feeding 5,000 Network, Queens College and Rotary Clubs of the Bahamas, and we all have a common interest, and we we share the same sentiment. So from the Feeding 5,000 network, with us having the experience with the logistics of doing outreach and doing food preparation and distribution, that is where we stand. As far as Queens College is concerned, we are big on a holistic approach for students, providing an opportunity for them to have that community service experience and see what it's like to help others in need, to build a sense of not just empathy but responsibility among them, so that even as they become older and adults, they could also carry on this mission, this mandate, this legacy. And then we know Rotary Clubs of the Bahamas, they are people of action. So we just jump on in wherever help is needed, and we help to get the job done. So Bahamas Striping is doing a great thing. We are all very happy and proud to be a part of it, and just excited to once again do good and all unite for good. Unite for a good cause and a good reason.
People may look and say, well, this is only a day. But what, people will say, what a difference a day makes.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
What a difference a day makes. And I think if we can get more conglomerates like this to do it on different days, then we will see the real, even greater benefit of being able to come together. And I think we need to see that in our country more than anything else, is people unite. What is the message you want to send out to people about next week?
I would like them to know that it's still not too late to give.
Yeah.
Okay. I happen to know that there's somebody in this food store right now picking up some extra things that are needed. And perhaps offer yourself. If you're a parent from QC, I'm sure the kitchen staff can use a little extra help. You can call up Miss Josie at Bahamas Striping and say, hey, y'all need some help delivering.
Right.
You know, whatever. Because I know they done commandeered my entire staff. So my staff, the Bahamas Feeding Network staff, is responsible for the distribution.
Awesome.
So we're there to see the things when they come in, to put them in order. My driver's going to be there at 5 in the morning because he's got to take some things to the boat, because of course we've got 15 islands involved. Right. Wow. And so, so just to let people out there know that it's not too late to help. They can still give. Okay, and they can still offer their services. And
it's not just this Thanksgiving. While this may be an initiative going on, if you feel the need to go beyond, or you can't do anything this time and you want to do something, find any one of these networks and feed into it, because it has great benefits to it.
Absolutely.
I'll give you the last word, Akia. What people can expect?
For me, I would say let's continue to once again give, but also I'd like to see more young people involved. Right. I would love to see more young people involved, because not only does it create a sense of responsibility, it would breed a spirit of empathy, a spirit of community, a spirit of giving back, a spirit of sharing, a spirit of caring, which is so needed in our country, in our community, and in the world. And so I would say let's get more young people involved. Let's give them an opportunity to also make a difference, and just continue to spread the love, not only on Thanksgiving Day, but on every single day, to persons in need, and to be a brother's keeper.
Awesome. Well said. Looking forward to a great day next week. Thank you, ladies, for being a part.
Thank you.
And for your contribution to building a better society. Thank you for being on tonight.
Thank you very much.
That does it for the rundown. Be sure to stay locked to the ZNS network for the Bahamas tonight at 11. It's the absolute final newscast in the country with the latest news and information with Royston Jones tonight. And so, of course, make sure you tune in to get the latest on that. For all of us here at ZNS, I'm Clint Watson. Thanks so much for joining us. Remember, tomorrow night is a rundown on leadership with Ahmad Rashad. He'll be in the chair. And then, of course, we're off on Friday, and I'll be back here. No, I won't be back on Monday, because Monday, of course, is by-election day. And so we'll have by-elections. But Tuesday, the roundtable will be here to talk about the new member of parliament for Golden Isles. It's going to be an exciting week next week. Until then, stay safe, everyone. Good night.
At Fort Montague, I'm Opal Roach. This is ZNS.
The future of energy in the Bahamas is changing, and for 3 family islands, that future is bright. Today, we're diving into a landmark solar project that promises cleaner power, lower costs, and stronger resilience, and new opportunities for local communities. This is From Sunlight to Sustainability, funding the Bahamas' renewable energy transition. Keep watching. A brand new episode of You and Your Money starts now.